You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Hey, look at the baseball grounds. We were there last night. Man, it was good to be there. The new digs and what they've done. Honestly, wasn't there a lot this summer because I was on the road and then football season happens. But exciting times for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. I love playoff baseball and a beautiful night last night. So how about tonight? Get down there and let's see if we can pack that place for a great atmosphere. It was a good crowd. I wouldn't say a great crowd last night, but it was a good crowd. Thursday tonight, though, Game 3 of the International League Championship Series. They've been entertaining baseball games. This has been a very entertaining team all year from an on-the-field standpoint. And going to the Shrimp game is always fun anyway, regardless of kind of the outcome. So Game 3 tonight, 7 o'clock. Shrimp and the damn Yankees. Beat the Yankees. Start the chant right now. Beat the Yankees here in Jacksonville. It's Scranton, the AAA affiliate of the New York Yankees in town for game number 3. It's the weirdest thing. Oh, wait a minute. We got a little entrance music?
Offer me a Vegemite sandwich, man. Men at work.
How about that? Wait, does everybody have a welcome now, an intro? Is that how this show's working?
He's done,
in the land down under,
I'm
man.
in Australia, man. What are we talking about, Brent?
You better run. You better take cover.
Read the room. It's funny. We were doing some like UFC, workouts with like the guy that I'm cornering and everything. And there's some other fighters in there, and there was a bunch of Brazilians that I trained with before at American Top Team in South Florida, and they were like blasting that song the entire time on repeat when they were training. So, yeah, it's kind of a big song around here, I guess.
That's awesome. Is it crazy or not that his shot from 5 gazillion miles away in Australia looks better than when it's like 20 minutes down the road, wherever he is? Technology's an amazing thing.
Yeah, they sure do like their Wi-Fi here. And how crazy is it that there's no like delay or anything? I feel like, I mean, I can hear you in real time, Brent. There's no reason to take that 5-second delay to try to prepare what I'm gonna say, man. It's pretty convenient.
That is
South
unbelievable.
Australia.
Yeah, shout out to Australia. Hey, tell us a little bit about the flight. What'd you do? Did you sleep? Did you movie? What'd you do?
Oh man, so definitely caught some movies. What did I watch again? So I watched a movie called Riff Raff, starring Bill Murray. Pete Davidson was in it. It's like an all-star lineup, but it kind of like under the radar movie. It kind of got bad ratings, but I actually really enjoyed that one. So I watched Riff Raff. I did get some sleep, watched a lot of just like TV on the flight. And I'll tell you what's crazy. So I went from New York, which was super stressful, trying to navigate the JFK airport. So I went from New York to Qatar. And on the Qatar flight to Perth, they really like their soccer, man, because literally like you get down, you have the TVs in front of you. And the first thing that pops up on the screen of like, Qatar Airways is if you take your cell phone and you scan the QR code, it'll take you to like the closest like soccer match. So like that's what I was watching a little bit as well.
Wild.
Like,
Gosh,
hey, Roger Goodell and NFL, step your game up a little bit.
We need JIA to have a QR code to the Brent and Austen show.
That's what I'm saying, man. Literally, like just put your cell phone up, boom, and there's a soccer game.
That is pretty cool. That's interesting. So it wasn't terrible? Was it awful? I mean, 26 hours?
No, like it was long, obviously, right? But you just got to keep yourself, preoccupied a little bit. Did a little reading. I'll also say this, man. Brent, you've probably never been to Qatar. Hamby, I doubt you have either. The airport there is really cool. It's like a giant like shopping center, and I don't even know how it works, man. Because I was there for like 3 hours, and I didn't really like have the time to go venture out to see it all. But they have like a shopping plaza where you can get a shopping cart. You can go store to store and like put stuff in the shopping cart. And then I don't know if you like drop the shopping cart off and then like they mail it to you or something. But like people just had like shopping carts like full of like merchandise just around the airport. And I had no idea like how they're gonna get it home. So that was kind of weird.
That's interesting.
But it's a really cool airport. Yeah. And then they also had an Oreo cookie cafe, like a restaurant with just all Oreos. Yeah, it was like the Oreo Cafe, it was called. And
double
literally
stuffed,
just like,
I hope.
oh, dude, you could you can like make like your own custom Oreos. I guess it's kind of like Cold Stone Creamery, where you can like add to like the frosting or whatever you wanted, and then you get like your own custom Oreos. I didn't do it. I heard about it though.
How is,
Know what Brent's going to be doing in the commercial break?
Yeah.
Freaking
Gotta watch
booking a
that weight,
flight.
you know?
booking a flight
Yeah.
just for the order? How has that not hit the United States?
Seriously.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, calorie of America. I mean, let's go.
Yeah.
we-
who are you telling, man?
Hey, Billy, I'm not going to tell you what to do today. We'll talk about the jumbo shrimp in a moment. We just started the show with him, for crying out loud.
Any creative projects, Austin?
Any creative oh, you mean just like chilling on the plane thinking of creative stuff to do?
That was a Jacksonville Feud answer.
It was.
Yeah, good call. No, didn't really do any creative projects. Yeah, so I got here to Perth, Australia. It would have been local time here. It would have been 11 o'clock. So it would have been 11 o'clock p.m. your guys' time, because we're 12 hours ahead. So right now it's 10 a.m. there. It's 10 p.m. here.
That's easy.
So got to Perth. Yeah, it's not too bad. And so here's the wild thing too about, and I had no idea until I got here and I kind of heard the rumblings and everything talking to the locals. So the UFC card is super early in the morning here. It's gonna be at like 7 o'clock your time, and like the main card is at 10 o'clock your time, but it's gonna be 10 in the morning here. And the first set of fighters have to get up at like 5 in the morning to go to the arena, which is like 20, 30 minutes away. So imagine like having to get up like at 5 in the morning, eat, get warmed up, and then go like fight in front of the world, which is crazy. But the wild thing is that they scheduled this completely wrong, because right now in the arena, and it's like a giant stadium that we're fighting in Perth, it's only like half sold out, and they're still trying to sell tickets because there's an Aussie Rules football championship. It's like the Super Bowl for Aussie Rules football that's taking part like the night before.
Wow.
So they're saying like everyone's gonna like go out and party. It's like the Super Bowl here, and then like they expect them to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go like to the stadium and everything. So like people were kind of, I guess, upset about that a little bit. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of crazy. What time did you fight when you were in Australia?
I fought around. I think I fought like around 10:30
In the morning.
Correct. Yes, in the morning, because they have to cater to the U.S. time zone.
How
I
weird
thought
was
being
that?
it was a little weird. Yeah, I mean, it was actually really weird. Just because like you're so used to like just having kind of the whole day to marinate on it and think about it and everything. But like this one, I feel like is worse just because this is going to start even earlier. And once again, like the first set of the prelim fighters, I think have to get up like they have to leave at 5 to get to the arena, like to be there 2 hours before for drug testing. So you're talking about fighters that are getting up probably like around 3 to get something in your stomach to go perform. It's wild.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's crazy. I think that's nuts, but I guess you do what you got to do. But hey, go fly 26 hours, and also you got to fight at 10 in the morning. That's bizarre to me.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I get it's for everybody where they're viewing it. I thought it was kind of crazy, the boxing too. Like it's wild to me. Now listen, I'm a night guy, so me at 11 o'clock at night feels like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon or evening for everybody else probably. But
yeah,
like the fact that the Crawford fight a couple weeks ago, Canelo and Crawford, I mean, they really don't fight until about, I think like 11 o'clock. It was 11 o'clock. Maybe it was 10 o'clock. No, I think it was like 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock probably, local time. Like it's pretty wild that who is asked to perform is the point of this. Who's asked to perform at the highest of levels, like getting like the biggest thing of your job at that time of day or your time of morning that you're talking about. Like that's so odd.
It's only fighters,
sports.
Man. It's only fighters. I mean, do you think Garth Brooks, when he's playing at Tiger Stadium, is going to go out there at 10:30 or 11, Brent?
Well,
no,
he
man.
might.
Get him in that sweet spot of like 8:30 to 9, I feel like, because we're going all night, going to Baton Rouge.
That's right. I do think like that's actually probably one that does comp a little bit. Like musicians do play start later at night, but I get your point. Yeah, it's just a pretty wild.
Yeah.
You just don't ask a lot of people to have to do that. That's an odd thing. Now, Super Bowl is like 6 to 9 and their biggest stage. And then there are obviously primetime games, so the athlete gets used to that. But can you imagine if like you really have to play at like 8 in the morning at a game? I guess technically they do, right? In London, by that time though, they're kind of on the London time a little bit. By the time they play at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so yeah, pretty wild. Hey, I had no idea where Perth, Australia was, and now I'm looking at it, and you're like on the extreme west side, like right on the water, right? Of
yeah,
Australia.
literally right on the water. And it's wild because the driver that escorted me to the hotel where all the fighters are staying, he was telling me like Perth is basically, it's in the middle of nowhere, and all there is Perth, and then around it there's like, there's like Aboriginal tribes and everything, but there's no like other cities within like, tens and tens of miles. It's just flat land and jungle. I don't know if you call it jungle, you just call it like dirt essentially. But like it's wild because like going from I was in Sydney like a couple of years ago. Sydney was like the big happening city, it was like Chicago. It almost felt like it was just the place to be. Perth feels like I'm in like Clay County or like Middleburg right now. It's like it's cool, but it's just like it's very different.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like Melbourne, by the way, and Sydney are on the complete opposite side. I have no idea how long it would take to get there, but it's like, I mean, it's basically like Jacksonville to San Francisco. That's what it looks like in their country, like especially Sydney, but even Melbourne. Yeah, I mean.
I see you, Hamby.
There you go. Let's go. We learn a little geography. It's been a long time. It is kind of funny when I look at this. Like, what else is around here? Oh, that's where like Singapore is and Indonesia. Okay, sure. I get it now.
Papua New Guinea. Okay,
yeah. I do want to go to New Zealand sometime, and you're so close. Like, you're so close that you're not going to go to New Zealand. Like, I feel like you should have an extended vacation here.
Brent, I feel like New Zealand's like another 10-hour flight. I'm good, man.
Yeah,
I'm all set. Yeah,
it might be.
But I'm good. Like what? I mean, what is New Zealand? I mean, I feel like New Zealand might be Perth Junior. I'm all good.
I don't know. New Zealand, they say, is beautiful, like just tremendous, and it's got really good golf courses. Apparently, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. I've heard from people that say their favorite golf courses are in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever do it in my life, but wouldn't be a bad thing to put on the bucket list. Last time you were there. And now here, do you do anything? Like, do you see anything? Or are you just totally locked into fight stuff and that's it?
Yeah, so obviously when I was here for the first time, I was the one fighting, right? So I was pretty much locked in, just kind of walked around the city of Sydney a little bit. But with this one, me and some coaches are going to go out. We're going to go to the ocean, check that out, say that we, dipped our toes. I guess it would be the Indian Ocean. So never done that before, so that's going to be cool. And then we'll probably just, check out some of the sites and everything. Really want to like hug like a wallaby and like hang out with a kangaroo, but I'm not sure if we're going to have time. Because, they have like wallaby like petting centers and stuff, I guess. So
kind of like swimming with the dolphins around here,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah. But these things are a lot cuter than the dolphins. That's where's that?
That's New Zealand.
Oh, look at that.
That's New Zealand?
Holy cow. Show's over. I'm leaving today. I mean, is just paradise right there.
I mean, looks pretty challenging. Looks almost as hard as the Dream 18 hole for the Cadillac was.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot 130, but it's going to be fun as hell.
Same ballpark. For sure.
Look at that. That thing is, what is that? What course did you look up there?
I said golf course
AI.
in New Zealand.
That's AI. Yeah, that probably is.
That's not real.
That's actually is.
That's create a map on EA Tiger Sports or Tiger Woods.
That's the Martineau Country Club is what that is.
This is New Zealand North Island.
What is it? New Zealand?
North Island.
North Island. Okay. There we go. All right. Hey, let's talk a little football. Hey, there's something we're going to have you for some part of the show, and you never know. It could lose you, even though your Wi-Fi is looking pretty good overall. And as I say that, then we throw the picture up. But that's fine. We can hear you. Everything's good. Okay. We're off and running. I didn't get to something yesterday, and I'm going to get back to the Jags stuff, but we'll talk more Jags. I think, and I don't think it gets talked about enough, Russell Wilson's career is just odd in sports.
Something in the sun and the silver spoon.
It's really, we don't see it in sports that much, I don't think. And that's really hard for me to even kind of put it in a category because it was this really cool story of NC State, Wisconsin. Who was the guy they signed out of Green Bay? Gave him a big contract. He goes in there. Yeah, Flynn. He goes in third round pick, in Seattle, and he wins the job. Like, boom, right away. I mean, the stuff they were saying about Russell Wilson, so good. Amazing.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of that from Gus Bradley when he got here, so he was around for that Russell Wilson stuff. And so you kind of had a little context of what that thing was all about. And, of course, there's always a tie to Jacksonville because Brian Anger gets picked ahead of Russell Wilson. So then he goes and they create this obvious unbelievable team for a few years, couple years, back-to-back Super Bowls, 1 win, 1 loss. He really starts to then, after the Super Bowls, starts to put up MVP kind of numbers and really establish himself as one of the great quarterbacks in the NFL for, 4 or 5 year period. And then you get the goofiness, the goofy stuff that gets him out of Seattle, the goofy headlines as maybe it's social media, maybe it's the NFL, maybe it's Russell Wilson, maybe it's Sierra, I don't know. But you get a little bit of everything. He goes to Denver, seems like a very bad trade, and now he's in Pittsburgh, and then New York. So he's floating around. This is a guy that was once one of the top, 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League, maybe 6, 7 quarterbacks, wherever you want to rank him. And now he becomes a journeyman who all of a sudden gets relegated to backup duty. And he's not super old. It's not like he's 41, 42 hanging on like Flacco or even an Aaron Rodgers. I just think it's a fascinating trajectory for Russell Wilson, and I don't know exactly what happened. I wonder if we'll get a 30 for 30 on it someday.
Yeah, when we talk about Russell Wilson in terms of a professional athlete, I don't think anybody has done more of a 180 in terms of the perception from when they started to now than maybe Russell Wilson. And I got to play against him in college, when he's at NC State. And even then, he was a highly touted player, I got a quarterback sack on him and I was excited just because it's Russell Wilson, right? And then he goes to Wisconsin and he puts Wisconsin really in a new echelon of college football. And all of a sudden, running 35 times a game wasn't the only thing the Badgers could do. And it was the first time in a long time the Wisconsin Badgers had a real quarterback. And he probably should have went in the first round. The only thing that was the knock on him was his size and his height and everything, where people thought that he couldn't, take that height and be an NFL caliber quarterback. Goes to Seattle, does his thing there. And keep in mind in Seattle, what it looked like. They were kind of like the hot new team, right? The new uniforms, the Legion of Boom. They were gritty, they were tough, but they were also kind of the cool team to cheer for just because of Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
He was the leader of that.
Yep.
He willed them to a Super Bowl. So the stock on Russell Wilson couldn't have been any higher. And then, he goes to Denver, and then for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the Subway commercial, I don't know if it was Sierra, like you mentioned, Brent, but it just started to become a goofball. Let's just call it like it is. This guy was a goofball. And he didn't stop. I mean, I think did Denver play Jacksonville in London one year, Brent, or not? I just remember hearing the story about when Russell Wilson was working out in the airplane. Remember?
Oh yeah, I think they did, or maybe it was just a flight for them. It might not have been Jacksonville.
Maybe it was
the whole
game.
working out in the airplane thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that to me was kind of the tip of the iceberg. That kind of started. Why is this guy working out in the airplane? And then it just went south really quick. And it's wild because he had a decent season in Denver. I know the optics weren't good, with Sean Payton. They weren't fans of each other for whatever reason. But if you go back to the numbers, they weren't the worst. And I think there were some expectations in New York that, you'd go from Daniel Jones, who now, is Daniel Jones, aka Danny Dimes, aka Indiana Jones. And I think everyone thought in New York, okay, this is going to be an upgrade. You have the wide receiver and Neighbors, right? You got Cam Scatterbu coming. You have some pieces to work with. And I think they thought that Wilson could kind of have that resurgence of his career. And set aside from that Dallas Cowboys game, it's been anything but.
Yeah, he made 9 Pro Bowls in a 10-year span. 9 Pro Bowls in a 10-year span. Yeah. And he was 33 at the time. And then ever since, obviously, it's been a good move for Seattle. Actually, he's made 1 more Pro Bowl last year in Denver with Pittsburgh. He made the Pro Bowl last year. I don't know if that was a late ad type of thing or not. I'm gonna give you a stat that's crazy to me. Guess his career high in interceptions in a season.
In a season,
you can too, Hamby.
Most picks in a season?
Most picks in a season.
14.
All right, so we're talking 16 or 17 games. Go ahead and get. I bet it's like 12 or something. I think that's like something super low. 12.
Yeah, well, you guys are in the ballpark. It's 13. I mean,
Okay.
he threw 10 in his rookie year, 11 and 11 back-to-back 16-17, 13 and 20, and 22 in Denver. He threw 11. 5 seasons out of however many he's played now, 14 years, that he's thrown under 10 in a season. I mean, that's good quarterbacking.
Brent, what's his best season? Like, was he ever an All-Pro or anything in that category, in that conversation?
Yeah. He was. Well, is All-Pro just AP on this Football Reference, Hamby?
I would guess.
But he was All-Pro last year in Denver. I mean, in Pitt, because it says AP.
That's definitely not right.
Yeah, that can't be right.
That can't be right.
He was fourth
in no way.
He was 4 times top 4 offensive player of the year voting. I'll give you that one. I don't know what the other stuff is in here right now, but I mean, you get my point of this. It's like, wow, that's crazy. And I'll say this, like Ryan says, let's ride, right? And that whole thing. And you guys bring up these things. So for the uncool guy, right, the non-pop culture guy, the one that doesn't really get wrapped up in the whole let's ride and all this other stuff, like I just think from a casual sports fan, Russell Wilson, you could take away all that other stuff. Like, let's ride to many people doesn't mean anything. But
Broncos
to the
country.
What's that?
Broncos country.
Yeah, but it also is like you make fun of him for saying let's ride.
Yeah, it's
right.
cringe.
Of course. Yes, absolutely.
But my point is the cringe stuff is with a certain population, not every football fan. Like, they would have no idea what you're talking about. Not everybody knows what that is, the working out on the plane stuff. Like, that's not everybody. That's social media.
Unlimited.
I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Brent, but like if you go to a casual football fan, you go Mr. Unlimited, or you go Broncos country, let's ride. Like I bet they know that's a Russell Wilson quote. I don't know, maybe not, but like I feel like the cringiness and just the goofballness of Russell Wilson, it transcended social media. Like, I think it was like an everyday thing of pop culture.
Yeah, and maybe again, I don't claim to be in tune with all that all the time either, but maybe I'm now in the olds category of that. I think it's just I'm looking at his numbers, guys. He's got an over 100 rating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Above 95, 1, 2, 3, 4 more times on top of that. But gosh, he got sacked a gazillion times too in his career. That's crazy. He even did that. I mean, it's just a wild trajectory. That's my point. I'm not trying to defend Russell Wilson. I'm trying to do it. I just think he is one of the most unique star athlete trajectories like I can remember. I don't even have anybody to comp him to. Think about somebody in the NFL. I'm sorry, NBA. And it's not like he got in trouble here. See, that's the other thing. I think we relate some of these things, the rise and fall, to, hey, you guy got in trouble, right? And that kind of derailed him, and now he's coming back. Or, I was trying to think of somebody like an Alex Smith, but he got off to such a bad start in his career the first 7 years. Then he was really good. Like, that's not the career. It is really difficult to find anybody.
He almost lost his leg too, bro.
Well,
like,
then on the tail end,
different.
obviously, there's that kind of part of the story. Like, Alex Smith isn't relatable. I'm just trying to think of guys that, okay, where does he fit? Like, where is he in the last 20, 25 years of quarterbacks?
Yeah.
And Wyatt, 36
who's like the
years
first
old.
team all goofballs? Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, but Wyatt, 36 years old, is his career done? He's losing it to Jackson Dart. Is he just not a good quarterback anymore, is my point? Like, he made a Pro Bowl last year in Pittsburgh, but is he not a good quarterback? I mean, he seems like he's really fallen into game manager mode.
Yeah. And listen, like, and I understand, like, the Pro Bowl in terms of probably the escalator bonuses and NFL contracts, maybe get some more money. Like, they do mean something, but we know how Pro Bowls work, Brent.
Yeah,
like, sometimes they're popularity contests. Sometimes guys don't want to go, and they're like, the 4th or 5th option. And maybe Russell Wilson was that guy. Because keep in mind, like, Justin Fields was playing wild too in Pittsburgh. Do you think Russell Wilson's a Hall of Fame quarterback?
I'd say I like to answer that question fast, and I didn't right then, but I would say no based on my fast answer. But I think now that I look at his numbers, I would never have guessed his numbers overall are this good as well. I mean, he played quarterback at a very high level for over a decade in the National Football League. Like, that is not easy to do. I just wonder, again, this could go with this conversation. I wonder the derailment of that, the end of the career stuff. Feels like he didn't get old, it doesn't feel like. It's just like he got worse or unpopular or whatever. Like, I don't know. To me, that's the mystery. But I would say probably not a Hall of Famer.
He definitely lost the dynamic version of himself because of his legs. Like, the scramble is not there. The making a play to get out of the pocket and convert on third down, that's not there. It's like disappeared.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Strictly a pocket passer, kind of and he never was a
Yeah.
great pocket passer. The legs made him who he was, and now he doesn't have the legs, so it's just like not a whole lot left.
Yeah, he was almost like a poor man's Josh Allen a little bit. But also, I think, like, see, to me, it really went south in Denver because that you kind of got, like, they kind of peeled back the curtain a little bit, I feel like, of what Russell Wilson was. Because remember, there was the whole article, too, that came out where he, like, requested that he gets his own office, like, in the Broncos building. And I guess some players kind of felt a certain type of way about that. So I think maybe a lot of this has to do, too, Brent, just about, like, his demeanor and his mentality and just being a teammate.
Well, I do think so, but I don't. The problem with that kind of stuff, Austin, is you don't really know the truth, right? Because then there are a lot of guys that, like, there have been counter arguments to some of those things that you hear, and a lot of that's like hearsay stuff or just one or two people's opinions. And I also think, by the way, that changed. I think the reason he was the guy, the reason in part Seattle was so good is because I think he was really good in that leadership role. I think people raved about him as a young player. Even though he entered the NFL at 24 years old. I think those Seattle days, but then all of a sudden it became like, okay, well, maybe that's not the case, or that was fabricated. Like, we really don't know as a public, I don't think, like, what is the truth about Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but Brent, like, let's be honest with his days in Seattle. And yes, I mean, them going to the Super Bowl was, a big part of, of Russell Wilson and his dual threat capabilities and everything. But, like, when you mentioned, the Seattle Seahawks winning a Super Bowl, I always felt like it was the Legion of Boom and that great defense first, and then it was beast mode, then maybe Pete Carroll, but, like, a close third tie with Pete Carroll, I think, was Russell Wilson. Like, I never truly felt it was Russell Wilson's team in Seattle. I think it was more identified with the Legion of Boom and with beast mode more than it was with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I think that's fair, but I also think that parallels in my mind. I've always made this analogy. It parallels early Tom Brady. If you take Tom Brady's first 5, 6, 7, 8 years in the league, he also was on the backs of a defense and a running game and Bill Belichick, and he had to do what he had to do as a quarterback, and he still did it, and he gets credit for that. So I think Russell Wilson should get credit for it as well, for making the right plays, not a lot of mistakes, all the other things that go along with quarterbacking, especially when you're winning at that kind of level, a Super Bowl level. Sure, their strength was their defense. But even, I mean, we've had plenty of really good quarterbacks over the years that strengths have been their defense. And it's not like they won in spite of Russell Wilson, is my point. And then the reason I parallel Brady a little bit, at least for the next phase of his career, is he became this stat machine. And so did Brady. Brady became like this guy that is, okay, now he's the guy all the time. He's going to throw for 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. Well, Russell Wilson started doing some of that stuff like 3, 4, 5, 6 years into his career. But he didn't have the back end like Brady. That's the difference. Like, well, there's a lot of differences, but I'm not trying to compare them. I'm just saying I thought there were some parallels in the early stages of their careers, and then it just, boom, falls right off. It's like, whoa, where did this whole thing go? Just fascinating, man. It's just, I think he's done. 3 weeks in, you go into Jackson Dart. You're now a backup, and Randy says overrated and washed, and he might be. And I think Hamby's point is a good one. The legs certainly, the legs made him a highlight reel as much as they made him have this many sacks. Like, he's got 45 to 55 sacks almost every year because he would try to get out of stuff. And he wasn't Lamar Jackson athletically, right? I don't even think he was Josh Allen, to your point, athletically. But he was kind of a fun to watch guy. He was a little bit like almost like a reincarnation of Doug Flutie at times. Smaller quarterback that would have some highlight fun stuff, keep plays alive. And he also gave credence, by the way, to the smaller quarterback. that now is a very acceptable thing in the National Football League. And I think Russell Wilson was used as an example of, hey, you can win with a guy that's 5'11". So
yeah, I think it was him and Drew Brees too. Put Drew Brees in the category.
You're right. Yep,
Yeah.
Brees is right there too. Yeah, just fascinating, man. He's you want Pro Football Focus always does, or Pro Football Reference always does the nicknames when they in their bio.
Danger.
Yeah, Dangerous, the asterisk, Mr. Unlimited, or Robot Russell.
Robot Russell.
What's the asterisk one? I don't know that one. Should I know that one?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know that one. Won a Super Bowl, been to 2 of them. Obviously people say Eli should be a Hall of Famer one day. Like, do you think they just keep Russell Wilson out of the Hall of Fame so he doesn't have to give his speech? Like, do you think Roger Goodell's like, nope, NFL's way too hot right now. NFL's got too many good things. We're going international. We don't need a Russell Wilson speech to bring us back down where we were before.
What a weird thing. Yeah, what a weird thing to say. I will tell you this. I'll leave. I don't think I was going a half hour on Russell Wilson, but I just think it's an interesting deal. And I actually believe in you guys tell me if I'm way off or not. He has a little bit of like Phil Mickelson in him, where I think people wonder what's real and what's not. And people have wondered that about Phil Mickelson for a long time. Long time. And now, again, Mickelson had greatness in golf for a longer stretch as well, but he's now certainly fallen out of favor, like with golf fans. So in a way, he has a little bit of that to me because, like, what's the real Russell Wilson? I think people would ask, what's the real Phil Mickelson? From a persona standpoint. And I think it's mixed reviews, I guess. I would say.
Hamby, your thoughts about that? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything on that either.
You guys have never really heard that about Mickelson?
No, I've heard he's weird and people hate him. I know people hate him.
Well, no, just people wondered if it was like all the attention on the fans, like all the stuff. Is it real? Is it genuine? Is it a little bit of a play? Like, hey, cameras are on. Like, people have always asked that and said that about him. They just have. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but people have actually asked that question. And I think that's what's genuine, right? I think people have asked about Phil. I think people have asked about Russell. Like, where's the authenticity in all of what you see on the outside? You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I don't know if we have a lot of athletes like that. Like, can you think of athletes that we ask that question about? Like how genuine.
Oh yeah, Brent. Let's go to extreme sports. Let's go to motocross and Brian Deegan. He was always kind of the bad boy of the metal militia, but was he really the bad boy, or was that more of a persona to try to sell merchandise and everything? One of the great debates of the X Games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Phil Mickelson, the X Games. Come on. Spread your wings.
You can't expect me to comment on a golf thing like, oh yeah, this golfer's personality matches right up. I don't know golfer's personality.
It's Ryder Cup weekend, man. USA.
Okay.
USA. All right, we'll be.
Brent, where's that at, by the way? Is that
New York? Bethpage Black. Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be rowdy.
Okay.
Somehow the United States team's a favorite to win. Crazy. Maybe when Casey gets in later, I'll talk to him about that. All right, we take a break, come back, talk a little Jags as well. What a night in Major League Baseball, too. Holy cow. It was incredible, and if you enjoy baseball, it's a heck of a week. So we'll update you on that. And I guess I already did the Russell Wilson part, huh? Sorry. Jumped the gun on the noon hour. We've got Let's Go Fishing coming up a little bit later from Australia, Perth, Australia, all the way here to the River City in the 904, Jacksonville, Florida. We're all over the map today. We'll be right back. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnicht, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnicht Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnicht has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC, we are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Oh my God.
What did we do? How did this happen? That is tremendous.
I'm not even mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either. In fact, I want a trading card of
real
this.
quick so I can save that. Yeah, that's amazing.
Hey, I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Can someone make me one even though I'm not there?
6'4", full of muscles.
Where did this come from?
That's amazing. I mean, I see that's just AI, right? AI
I
did
drew it in the break.
Picture. Well, what do you mean? Where did it come from?
I drew.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
mate.
Straight from Perth, baby.
No, I said,
mate.
I know it came from AI. I'm just saying, who did it?
I might have texted Casey about 20 minutes ago, and I said, what are the odds? I said, what did I say? I said, what are the odds you can get me an AI picture of Austin in an Australian get-up next to a kangaroo?
Oh, that's so good.
Dude, listen, man. I'm not trying to be a diva or anything here. You know, I'm not trying to make it all about me. But if we can get another one with me, like with like a wallaby on my back riding with me, then that would be the limit. But like, I'm very satisfied with this one as well.
Yeah, you're jacked. Your tattoos are accurate. Your sides are cleaned up.
Beard is on point. I'm even lined up
Dude,
properly with like the sides of my hair.
Dude, you've never looked better.
No, that's amazing.
like you should probably just move there and be a park ranger.
Yeah, for real. Dude, by the way, Brent, I don't know if you know this about Perth, but everyone's got tattoos here, man.
Really?
Like we're talking like grandmas. We're talking. I saw some kids have some tattoos, man. Everyone's rocking the tattoos here. Yeah, it's
really?
Cool.
Huh.
The kangaroo is even also kicking up dust.
Oh yeah, he's cruising Hamby.
The kangaroo is what?
Kicking up dust, like he's in the air,
like Roadrunner.
Hey, Brent, do you want to know another cool thing about Australia that makes me feel really good about myself?
Yeah.
So, number one, the prices here, like the dollar to whatever they're doing for currency here is a lot cheaper. So, I just bought like a full plate of sushi for like $10. That was cool. But when you go to the grocery stores or anything, like their nutritional things are set different. So they don't call it calories; they call it energy.
Really?
Yeah. So like instead of saying like, you know, you have something like you go to Burger King, you know, and that's like whatever, you know, burger, it's 500 calories. That's 500 energy.
Man.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Sounds cool. I mean, it doesn't make you feel so bad about it, right? Like, oh, I need energy.
I'd be really chubby
tired.
there.
Okay.
Do you think people are more overweight there or here?
No shot.
No shot, Brent. So here's the fun fact, and this was told me by a couple people. So all the food here is like super regulated. So even when you go to Burger King, it's like actually extremely healthy because the quality of meat is like government mandated. So like it's very strict processing in terms of like what gets accepted, you know, as burger meat and everything. So like any supermarket you go to, any restaurant you go to, it's like the top quality meat.
Wow. All right. I wonder what I've only been. Let's see. I've only been outside the United States, I think, 3 times. Let me check. Canada, London, and Mexico, Cancun.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it didn't. I mean, it's not like I was.
I mean,
in the streets.
If that's kind of like a resort, it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But
I'm just telling you. Like so, I have not a lot of like. I don't have a lot of like historic. Hey, I wonder if it's like this. So, like, what I would be curious about if I went to Australia is how much it's like England, because I've spent now a lot of time over in London. So I'm just curious of like how different it is from, because in my mind, Australia is a bit Americanized as well, right? And is that just because I can understand what they're saying? Maybe, probably much like England, I can understand what they're saying, so it feels Americanized. I don't know if there's really truth to that.
No, I definitely wasn't paying attention a lot in geography class in high school, but I feel like there's a big connection between the UK and Australia. Like I don't know if like the UK migrated to Australia or the other way, but like I feel like there's a connection there. Because even the driver that I had that took me to the hotel, he even said that he goes back and forth from Australia, and then he also lives in the UK as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm confused here for a sec. Hamby's burner. The U.S. dollar is so bleep over here in the U.K.
I thought he lived in Orlando.
I thought you lived at are you in the U.K.? And now he knows something like New Zealand. This guy's a world traveler, Hamby's burner. Where the hell is he?
And then we got who will be the AFC wild card.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Just trying to keep it back on football and sports
Tyler,
a little bit.
Tyler, we appreciate you keeping us on track, man. I mean, we're
Yeah.
doing a little geography lesson right now. We've got maybe the best photo that will ever exist of Austin up on the screen right now, right?
I can't wait till Brent has to go to England. That's going to be a fun one.
Well, yes, because we've done some on the old show that are a little different, but the AI version now, and I'm sure Casey will make it really look good. Right? I think I'm going to have to do my own.
I need to go on
Sipping
vacation just so I
tea.
can get an AI.
That's what I'm saying, Hamby.
Yes. Oh, he's in Orlando, but he travels for work. Good thing. We just want to keep tabs on everybody. Sure. Hey, not a bad idea to do roll call in the next couple of days. Where's everybody listening from? Yeah. Right? Especially with Austin down in Australia. Do you have something, Hamby? No? I can keep going? All right. This was the thing that you were talking about? Okay. He had said in the break, he's like, I got something coming in. I didn't know.
Dude, how could it not be this? Do you think I have something better than this?
Just didn't want to interrupt you, Hamby.
Okay.
Just respect for your next topic. Figured it might be baseball or college football or something. Coming up, Stadium Pulse tomorrow, 9 a.m., by the way, right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. I am going to mention a bunch of things, like we have Jordan Lewis tonight, Jaguars All Access, String Sports Brewery in Springfield. Man, he has been awesome. And Austin, I want to ask you about him, because we've been asking a bunch of people about Jordan Lewis. And I think it's, first of all, how good has he been? And why has he been so good, in your opinion? And lastly, did you even know who the heck he was before he got to Jacksonville?
I mean, I definitely knew of him just because, obviously think about the Dallas Cowboys, it's all Micah Parsons and then that offense. But I remember Jordan Lewis just because he was kind of the outspoken and brash one of that defense. So I did know who he was before he got to Jacksonville. Why is he having so much success? I mean, I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I think it's obviously when you have a defensive line that's getting home with 4, that's playing good complementary football. So that helps to the back end of the secondary. I think Eric Murray has been playing really well and helping him out. I mean, I think really a lot of the players in that defense, the linebackers, have played really well. So I think when you take that all in totality, he's having a great year.
Yeah, I just think it's wild, and we probably have said this a time or two. I think I've equated it to like a guard. If you're a really good left guard, right guard, and this is all due respect, I'm not trying to diminish it. I just think it's a bit crazy, because I've also been an advocate for the nickel corner should have its own Pro Bowl designation. And all pro it's that big in the game. Dewey Winger told me yesterday, is like, nickel corner should be amongst the highest paid guys in the league for what they're asked to do. That's how much they're used. But we don't even know that this guy coming into Jacksonville is like the best nickel corner in the game. And Dallas didn't want to spend the money. Jags get a 3-year deal for $30 million. $20 million guaranteed is the deal. He's 30 years old now. So that can be that was a curiosity between Jordan Lewis, 29 at the time they signed him, and Eric Murray, 31. Okay, the Jags are getting a little bit older back there. But man, has that really worked out. That has been unbelievable. And he is really good. Like, so good. I heard a comp earlier this year, like he feels a little Christian Kirk in the building, which is also, and that shows like his professionalism, how much he's added to the room, what he's like in meetings. And we're getting a lot of that kind of commentary about him. But I'll tell you, there's another thing about Jordan Lewis to me that I find striking. And this is just kind of labeling a guy, stereotyping a guy, if you will. He is brash on Twitter and social media. And so I didn't think that would marry with everything else that they're saying about him from a leadership standpoint, everything else. Like, it kind of felt like, okay, he's one of these corners that's probably doing his own thing, right? Based on what he's saying on social media. And that is not the case at all. Like, he just, he's going to say it how it is. And I heard that, I think, from Josh Hines-Allen. He didn't quite say it this way, but I think what he was trying to say is he is who he is, and there's not a lot of gray with him. He's going to tell you how it is, and he's going to hold you accountable, and he's going to go do his thing. And I think players really like that. I think people in general really like working with people like that, Austin.
No, without a doubt. And I think, it's one thing to be a good football player, right? And it's one thing to be a good nickel corner. it's another thing to be a good nickel corner who's talented on the field, but is also brash, right? Like when you can combine those two in matrimony and kind of have that swag mixed with your skill set, you can back it up. That means everything. Like that's what leadership looks like. Like there's a lot of guys that can do a lot of talking and everything, but sometimes you got to question, do they have the skills to back it up, right? And then when they don't, then people start questioning, okay, is this guy a good leader or not? Jordan Lewis, number one, has been, he's been a little brash. He's been entertaining, in my opinion. Some people call it brash. I call it entertaining, right?
Me too.
And it's sports entertainment, right? I just asked James Gladstone. But then when you can back it up as well, Brent, like that means everything. And it's cool to see, because like I even saw, like, I don't know if it was somebody like was retweeting him and talking about him like on a national level. And that's really cool to see, right? Like how many times do we see Jacksonville Jaguars players get mentioned set aside from Travis Hunter, it seems like, like on a national scale. Like now I understand it's because Eric Armstead's playing good, so he's doing the whole car wash. Like I've seen Eric Armstead in more national interviews. Like dude might be on CBS Good Morning America as far as I'm concerned. Like guy won the Walter Payton Award, crickets. All of a sudden he's having some pretty good, having some success. Defense is playing, and all of a sudden Eric Armstead's everywhere to be seen, which is cool, right? Because this defense is eating. So it's Jordan Lewis, it's Eric Armstead. It's cool seeing these guys kind of get, like the national attention, just because, we can maybe saying their praises or maybe saying some of their, the dislike of playing out of position last year, but it's really cool to see them now getting some praise.
Yeah, no doubt. This goes back. We have a comment about Gladstone, what he's been able to do and identify. And again, this free agent class that he's identified with Lewis and Eric Murray and those guys, very good. Very, very good so far.
Gardeck. Keep throwing Gardeck in there, Brent. No one's talking about him.
No, in fact, yeah, you're right. And I think a lot more people are starting to talk about Gardeck. He's probably going to be a story for us next week, going into the Monday night game for one of our pregame shows, because I agree with you. I think this is a guy that's like, these are the guys that, like, people will say raise the floor, but I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough of a compliment for those guys, right? Like, Jordan Lewis is not a raise the floor guy. Well, he is, but damn, he's playing like a superstar. That ain't raise the floor. He's playing like a star right now. Eric Murray feels maybe a little bit more raise the floor, but, I mean, he's played really well. I don't know what the delineation between superstar and raise the floor is. Again, I think raise the floor is a great concept. I understand it. I think everybody gets a visualization. But I also think, like, that's kind of saying, okay, these are, like, mediocre players that are going to at least make you 8-8 or 9-8 or 8-9 or whatever. So, like, there's also that context to it. And I think that's a little bit of a – it's not meant to be, but I just think that can be a little bit of a slight to the way some of these guys are playing. Gardeck is another one. I mean, you want a team that is going to bring some edge. You want a team that is going to play physical. You want a team that is going to do some things right. That these are things that the Jags have not done overall. Like, even when they've been good, you don't, wow, look at that. They're playing like their hair's on fire. They're physical and all this. Not really. Our 2017 Jags defense was fast and playmaking. I wouldn't necessarily say they're going to knock you into next week. 2022, a little bit more of that because the Derrick Henry play comes to mind, and there were some real physical plays from that unit. But again, playmakers instead. Gardeck gives you what the offense is trying to do with running the football. He gives you to me on defense, Austen. And he has been absolutely tremendous. They raved about this guy when they brought him in, and everybody's like, who the hell is this guy? Kind of the same thing about Jordan Lewis. And I think that's really interesting about their acquisition stuff in this year. They went to guys that they hated playing against at their previous stops, and they brought them here to Jacksonville. Jordan Lewis and Dennis Gardeck are two of them, and Gardeck's been really good when he's on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild because, like, if I'm being completely transparent here, like, if I see the Jaguars draft, I would have thought the Jaguars draft would have had so much more of an influence and so much more of an effect on this team than the free agent class, right? Because, like, remember, like, we're trying to look for an edge rusher, and you got one, like, in what is it, Agba or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, you're looking for a secondary. Okay, you get Murray, you get Lewis, and, like, those were names, but, like, I don't think anybody really thought those were, like, the home run names, right? Like the difference maker type of names. You get Gardeck, who, the resume, is a lot of good, but he comes off that knee injury, so you're wondering about that. Like, I don't think anybody was parading in the streets thinking about this free agent class. I think we're more focused on, oh, we got Travis Hunter. Oh, okay, this Caleb Ransaw. How fast are you on the 40 end? Like, we were so preoccupied with that at least I didn't really take the draft class or the free agent class like super seriously. And then you see the effect that they're having, like everybody is contributing. And once again, this echoes James Gladstone, what you just said, Brent. Like, he's picking players that, he didn't like going against. And sometimes I think those players can be unsung, right? So sometimes those players aren't the superstars per se on their teams, but they get the job done. And that's exactly what's happening now in Jacksonville. Like, are they household names yet? Not necessarily. But when you turn on the film, they're dependable, they play hard, and they get a job done. And really, that's all you got to ask out of a free agent class.
Man, I tell you, it's we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. I have it on like my topic sheet tonight with Jordan Lewis. I'll be interested to see what he says about it. But I think when I was putting together the show for tonight, I was thinking like, man, it's so – the personalities in that secondary specifically are real unique. Like, just at least the way I know him from talking to him, either a lot or a little. You obviously have Lewis, who he plays with like that pissiness, but he's super pro. You have Dewey, who we know Dewey, right? I mean, you have that flair. You have that edge. Like that dude's always going to play like that. You have Jarian Jones, who you want to take to a fight, right? Mm-hmm. You have Tyson Campbell, who's really soft-spoken, plays louder than that, plays a little bit different than that, especially when he feels good like last week or in the tackling game. But he's really not a loud guy at all. Like, you got to go see that he's over there in the corner and not making any noise at all. Oh,
come on, Brent. There's a producer out there that's going to call him a dog. Come on now, Hamby, get in there.
That's right. Then there's Murray, real like just go about your business guy, at least as far as I can tell. Like, we've talked to him once or twice, very like no bulletin board material, just boom, like how it is, straightforward, but is going to be in the right spots.
Which is like the exact opposite of like a Rayshawn Jenkins was.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And then one last one I'll throw in here, and then you have Travis Hunter, the superstar, right? The brand. I mean, what an interesting secondary the Jaguars have just from a personality trait standpoint, Austen.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong, because usually when you talk about the biggest personalities on a defense, you always go to the defensive line room first. And it's no disrespect to Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines Allen, because obviously you're talking about two of the best bookends in the National Football League. But like, in terms of like oozing that personality, I don't know. I mean, maybe we haven't seen it to the full effect, right? But like you said, we got Dewey, you got Jordan Lewis, you got Murray, who kind of just goes about his business a little bit. Jarian Jones getting ready to punch somebody. Like there's just they're an eclectic group of guys that all play together, and that's what it takes, bro. That's what any good team needs, right? Like you just can't. We've talked about this before, right? You can't have all choir boys. You can't have all rough around the edges. You need that good balance of both, right? And I think this Jaguars secondary is a prime example of that.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, let's take a time out. We come back, we'll talk more about this Jaguars. There are a couple other things I want to get to, and one has to do with Travis Etienne. We also had some reaction today from Anton Harrison and also Tim Patrick. He was kind of fun. I think you're going to like this interview. He really didn't want to do it, but then he ended up doing it and just gave us some really good stuff, because he might have an increased role with De'Ami Brown missing practice yesterday. So more on the Jags. I can't stop looking at this profile pic for Austen Lane right now. I mean, it's incredible. Just so good. What's that?
Incredible.
It's incredible, yeah. The AI stuff, we're going to start littering this room with like posters of it.
We should.
Us against was it us against the gorilla?
Yep, the
right?
gorilla.
And then what was the other recent one?
Wheel.
The wheel.
Or Charmin.
Dan Hicken.
Yeah, the Charmin.
It was the Charmin bear.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the best one, hands down, though. Like, those were great. This is on a different level.
Hey, Ryan Williams, if you're still listening over there at Palm Beach Autographs in the Avenues Mall, we're going to start selling these things, just to let you know. So put it, make some room on the wall. Access tonight. Jaguars All Access. presented by Fields Auto Group. That's 7 o'clock. String Sports Brewery, Springfield location. Jordan Lewis. When we said Jordan Lewis was coming out, everybody was really excited. Well, let's see your excitement. Come on out tonight. And it's also live on Fox 30 and the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service. A meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet, gutter helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
It's interesting. This shot is not intended to be Austin Tremble, I don't think, from Marcel. It's really more Parker Washington. But you do wonder, Tremble, is he going to get the call up, right? Maybe it was intended to be Tremble. Marcel right now would be like, yeah, I was definitely getting Tremble. What do you think? Is he getting Tremble or Parker Washington? Come on, Andy.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. He knows
You think Parker?
Practicing. Yeah.
What do you think, Tremble?
I think Parker, because he's in the center. Marcel's a good shooter, right? So he's in the center of the screen. Is Parker. Yeah. And in fair, I mean, obviously Parker is a story we've been following too, and we were thinking of talking to him today in the locker room because we didn't get him yesterday. So yeah, I mean either it might have been a happy accident. Right there. But I don't know. I guess they'll probably end up calling up Tremble if De'Ami Brown can't go. Nobody said it, but I just can't imagine De'Ami Brown's playing in this football game Sunday. It just doesn't feel like it. He didn't practice yesterday. And I mean, it's like the Jags are 2-1, so everything's cool. But the bottom line is the receiving core right now, Austin, is an absolute mess.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, it really is. And especially, how do you feel about Liam Cohen kind of, I'm sure you guys already talked about this, in terms of Travis Hunter too, kind of just saying like they're going to bring him along slowly and just let him play the F position or whatever they call it.
Yeah, and listen, I've been saying this since really I heard it in the first production meeting of the Steelers game. This was not a surprise to me. So I guess we've been sharing this. He's going to learn the one position. He's going to learn the offense in bits and pieces. He can't do all the positions. That's the way they were treating this. So he can get onboarded correctly. We talked a little bit about it yesterday too. I like it because our show over the years hasn't liked Miles Jack learning 3 positions at one time or Taven Bryan learning 2 positions at one time. So he's already had to learn 2 sides of the ball. I like what they're doing with this onboarding of him. Master this part. We're going to utilize you here, and then we'll see where this grows. Now, he kind of, the newer information there was basically, this is all he's going to learn all year. When I was told about it, a month and a half ago, it was like, well, we'll see if he catches on, then maybe you go into the other spot. But it's obviously their plan is to say, okay, we'll learn the other positions later. We're just going to utilize you in this spot. So I don't mind the whole concept. I guess what I would ask you from an X's and O standpoint, does it make the Jags limited? Does it give them a tell on offense for opposing defenses?
Well, yeah, that's why I asked the question, because I feel like even though Liam Cohen and company have been super transparent the entire tenure so far, do you run the risk of maybe giving too much away in terms of your offensive strategy, your game plan and everything, and can teams be hip to that a little bit? And that's really why I asked the question. Now, you've known this since the Pittsburgh Steelers game. Why you didn't share it with us when I was taking Travis Hunter in fantasy football is beyond me, but I'll look past it. It's all good, because you had no problem talking about how they're going to get Nathaniel Hackett and put it in an envelope when you got some wind of that. You had no problem sharing that. But when it comes to, obviously, Travis Hunter and his usage, that had to be hush-hush until, Liam Cohen comes out to the media. So a little bitter about that. But I do think, I do think it makes some sense not to reveal all your cards there in terms of how you plan to use them on offense like that, because I think teams can kind of strategize around that.
This is what upsets me sometimes. Not everybody listens. I've really been dropping this for 6 different times over the last 6 weeks. He's going to know this position. He's going to play the slot. That's basically what he's going to do for this offense. But that's okay. I would say this about your concern / curiosity. I think in the NFL after 3 weeks, people know what people are doing. So I don't think he's really telling anybody something new from a defensive standpoint. I think the defenses around the National Football League see him just lining up at one spot, right? So if that's the case, like, now, did he just say that he's not going to learn anymore? So here, get used to this all season. Maybe that was a little bit of the tell. But I just feel like, Austen, people kind of know now at 3 games what you're trying to do. Wouldn't you think so?
No, yeah, that's true. But I always feel like, if you have that uncertainty of, okay, well, this guy could play the X, he could play the Y, or whatever Liam Cohen calls him. Like, I just feel like that could keep defenses on their heels a little more, even though if you never present them like that, just putting that thought out there, would help a little bit. Now, maybe it's gamesmanship. Maybe he will actually do that. Like, who knows? Maybe that was all just, kind of like a bluff or whatever. I mean, time will tell. But please don't act like you're Hansel and you're laying breadcrumbs the entire year for me and Hamby that we didn't pick up on in terms of Travis Hunter's just playing that one position, right? Because if that was the case, then you would have wrote an article about it on Action News Jax and would have been touting it for like the past month and a half. So I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I probably have a new article coming soon. We'll see what it's
Can't
about. But right in time for the 1-year anniversary of my Tony Baselli article, we'll make sure that's because it's coming up soon. I haven't seen it framed in here yet, so we'll have to get that at some point. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane. That is Austen Lane. He's down under. He is in Australia, Perth, Australia. Jason Hamby here. Casey Kurtz a little bit later on. Again, to the receiving corps part, like the Jags, I wouldn't say they're in trouble. It's just like, this is not what we thought it was going to be. And that's a little bit of a conversation point I have today, Austen. Like, if you think about, I don't know why this came up to me, but if you think about like what we thought the Jags were going to be, even on the good side of things or whatever, what was going to go right, what could potentially go wrong. Defense has obviously outplayed, what anybody thought it would do with 9 turnovers. But I think there are 2 things that really stick out to me. And you hope that the offensive line does what they're doing, but nobody has a lot of faith in that until you see it. But I think the things that really stick out is that the receiver position we thought was going to be a hell of a strength for this football team. And we said it over the last couple of days. Right now, with all due respect to the players, it is the weak link on this football team. It is the absolute weak link on this football team, that wide receiver room, until they get it right and figure it out. And De'Ami Brown going out doesn't help that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The other thing,
without a doubt.
The other thing that and not to take the attention off the receiving room, you can go back there, but the other thing that I don't think any of us thought would happen, and the reason this hit me is because I saw the play percentage of how much usage Travis Etienne had on Sunday. He it's not that he was just the number 1 back. He was the back on Sunday against the Houston Texans. They didn't really even use the complement much of him and Tootin. They did a little bit more of that in Cincinnati, a little bit less of that against Houston. Now, I know Tootin scored the touchdown, but again, how many plays? I think it was like 14% of the plays that Tootin was in there. This was Travis Etienne's running back room in week 3 of the season.
He had 54% Etienne.
Etienne did, and that could change, right? But I mean, this is the Etienne show, Austen. And we wondered how many guys were going to get carries and, Tank Bigsby, is he going to be the lead back? And, Tank Bigsby ain't here. Travis Etienne's the number 1 back for sure right now. And they're mixing in at various rates, Bashal Tootin, and obviously playing LaQuinn Allen on 3rd downs.
Yeah, okay. Well, so first of all, a few things here to dissect. The wide receivers, yes, obviously not what you thought they were going to be, and a little disappointing to say the least. I talk about this a lot, and I don't want to get into the comment again of if Trevor Lawrence is the guy or not, because, it's a civil war. Everyone's got their opinion, and time will tell. But when you don't have the wide receiving core like we thought we were going to have, at least so far this season, well, then it's hard to really get a true gauge on if Trevor Lawrence is going to be the guy or not, right? Because that was what it was supposed to be. Like, he has all the weapons now. There's no excuses. Well, we're going to what? Week 5 of the NFL season? And you got a little excuse. Like, he doesn't have the full arsenal. He doesn't have the full clip to be successful right now at wide receiver. And that's a big part of being a quarterback. So, I can't believe it. We're still on we're on year 5 now of the Trevor Lawrence experience. And we still don't know because I just feel like he hasn't gotten a fair shot because of the way the wide receivers are playing. So hopefully that does get better. To go with the running backs in terms of the usage and everything, how many times did Trevor Lawrence throw the football against Houston?
40.
40. How many times did they run it?
I think only 4 times in the first, or 6 times in the first half. Let me just double check the numbers from the. But I'm saying like 20-something times.
Okay, 20-something, right? So it's almost like we'll call it 2-to-1 pass to run ratio.
Yeah, and it has been the last couple of weeks. Yeah,
it has been, but like to me, so this isn't saying that like Travis Etienne's the bona fide starter and he's the go-to guy and Tootin's just going to be used sparingly. I just think in terms of game flow, it dictated Travis Etienne to be used a lot more because I don't think they trust Tootin quite yet in terms of pass blocking and everything on those third down situations.
That's fair.
I think it was obviously more of a pass-oriented game script. And with that, you want to trust, especially against the Houston Texans defense that was, that they were humming a little bit, just sending 4 and sometimes sending 5. I think you want to go with a more reliable guy in Travis Etienne there in terms of blocking.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. By the way, they ended up rushing it 24 times. And I think there was 6 rushes in the first half, so 18 of them in the second half. And I want to say Trevor threw it 22 times in the first half, 18 in the second half. But what they did, I think that's a better point than mine to be like, okay, we know Travis Etienne. But anytime like they're going to start committing to the run, I feel like we do see Etienne out there more. I think that has certainly been the case so far. And the second half, they recommitted, if you will, to the running game against Houston, and it was mostly Etienne, other than down near the goal line. I felt like there was more of a mix against Cincinnati, but you could be right. There might have just been more from a game flow standpoint. But even Cincinnati, I think it was like 42-24 in terms of the run stuff. Yeah. So we'll just see. I think a lot of people by now, well, not by now. That's not correct. I think people wondered if Tootin would start taking some of the carries away. And this is not a knock against him. I think he's been fantastic when used. I think this is all about Etienne is my point here. This is not a negative thing. Etienne has been terrific. He's running hard. He looks explosive, running fast, like all those things. So my point in the conversation was there are 2 things that we really did not see coming a month ago when we tried to predict the season. The receiver room has been a struggle. And Travis Etienne has been the dude in the room. And I don't think if we had put a poll out on September 1st, that would have won the poll.
Yeah, for them, I hear you there. But once again, like I get Travis Etienne's a dude right now, but I think it speaks volumes on, remember, who had the first touchdown for the Jags against Houston?
Yeah.
That was Tootin, was it not? So to me, it says something, even when, Etienne is getting the lion's share of the reps and everything, where they choose to go to Tootin then and get him a touchdown, right? So I get it. Like, I understand it's Etienne right now, but I'm not going to be surprised if we're in week 7, week 8, and we're talking about maybe more of a 50-50 split, or even maybe more of Tootin getting the reps. I just think that he needs to acclimate a little more on third down and pass situations when he's not going out for a route and has to stay in and pass block.
Yeah, and just to reiterate a point that we've made a million times on looking back at the Bucky Irving experience, and we're not wrong to look back on that, because I'll tell you this, I feel like Liam Cohen talks about that experience quite a bit. So there's no doubt that he's going to lean on some of that. But it was 9 carries, 7 carries, 9 carries, 10 carries, 9 carries for the first 5 weeks of the season last year for Bucky Irving. Then he had 14 against the Saints for 81 yards, and then 9, 7. You have to go all the way to November 10th to find 3 consecutive games with double-digit carries for Bucky Irving, and then he really hit a high note with Carolina the first week of December when he got 25 carries and then was the guy, right? So to your point, we can still see this develop, but hats off to Etienne is the point. He's really holding it down right now and not making them need to go, to Tootin and see what he's got. The compliment has been very good, and throw LaQuinn Allen in there because he's been really good. Like the Jags didn't run for 150 yards last week, but they ran for 75 very effective yards in the second half, in my opinion. And they're going to have to bring that running game again, and I think Sunday. I think that ball control is going to be really important. Hey, before we get you out of here, I just want to let you hear Tim Patrick. So Tim Patrick is a guy who came over just a few weeks ago. He's known for his run-blocking ability. And as a fifth wide receiver, the Jags were looking for that, right? Looking for a veteran guy a little bit, can go up and catch it. Not going to be a high target, high volume guy, but can also help
go
in
up
the
and
running
catch
game.
it. Just stand there and catch it. He's so big and tall, man. Like,
Yeah.
he has to go up for anything.
So,
Dude's
but
huge.
He is huge. But I think, don't you think when Patrick got here, you're like, okay, they're going to really utilize him in the run game. That's a little bit of the MO on him.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, he did get some run though against Houston. I think, and we've talked about this before, Brent, right? Like, I think as offensive coordinators, offensive-minded coaches, they always want something different, right? And if you look at Tim Patrick, obviously the size and the stature, that was something that maybe the Jaguars were lacking a little bit in terms of that sheer size and everything. So to me, it just maybe it checked a box that you didn't really have in that wide receiver room.
Yeah, I think you're right. And again, this is just my thought of him when he first arrived. I think he's going to have to do more now because, well, again, I think De'Ami Brown's going to be out. We'll see for how long. So Tim Patrick's going to have to step in, and he's capable of doing it. This is a guy with a good skill set. He's really just been bogged down by injuries over most of his career. Fun conversation with Tim Patrick. I give him credit. He really didn't want to do the interview at first. He was so hot. Yesterday was hot. Hottest day they've had out there in a while. And I was like, I mean, can we get you? You know, one of those things. And he's like, all right. And then it turned into a really fun interview. Here it is. When you came here, we heard about your ability to run block and all those things. How has that worked so far through these first few games of what you guys are trying to do as a unit on that side of the ball?
One of those things, at the end of the day, I'm a football player. I got that run blocking tag because they prided in the line. They said if you didn't block, you didn't get the rock. And it looked like I blocked so well. People call me a run blocker now. So it's one of the things where it's like I understand that blocking down the field could make a 15-yard run, a 60-yard run, and how serious that is. And as of right now, we're the top rushing team in the NFL right now. So it's obviously something that's important. That's how you win games, by running the ball. So I take pride in it.
Are you cool with that, or are you like, hey, there's more to it than that?
I got paid for a reason. I promise you it wasn't for blocking.
Well, fair enough. We might have to see a little bit more of that, depending on the nature of De'Ami. How comfortable are you with this offense, even though you haven't been here a long time, to contribute in the passing game too?
Very comfortable. This past week I played 3 different positions. Every day I'm here, I'm learning more and more. So it's one of those things, man. I'm always ready for anything, and whatever they need from me, I'm gonna be ready to do it at a high level.
Will you grow even more, you think, week by week, or do you think like, hey man, just throw me the ball, I'm ready?
Yeah. I just make it simple, just like you said it. Just throw me the ball, I'm ready. I'm going to make a play at the end of the day. I don't try to make football too complicated. Get open, catch the ball, play hard, play physical, and then let everything else take care of itself.
Lastly, can you educate us a little bit on the illegal shift? Is this being emphasized more? Have we just not seen it as football fans as much? Are you guys missing a detail or two? Like, why are we seeing it so much?
I think they're just making the emphasis on it after last year that Tony played with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're just trying to take, I guess, a little bit off. Actually, I'm not going to talk about the refs. I don't know why. We're going to fix it, and we're going to move on to the next.
But obviously you got to fix it because if there are attention to it. Are those easy fixes?
Easy fix. Communication. That's all it is. Just communicate. Everybody look. Everybody take a breath, and just you look. No tight end. Right there. Get on the ball. Tight end right there. Get off the ball. When you're motioning, don't go up the field until they hike the ball. It's as simple as that. We just got to harp on the details a little bit more and be good.
That was
I like that guy.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was great.
These guys make a lot of money, but they sure as hell don't want that fine, do they?
No, man. You gotta protect your assets. I appreciate it. No, that was great, man. Because I obviously had never watched a Tim Patrick interview before, and he had some good stuff. I liked it.
Yeah, he's good. And again, I think his volume will go up a little bit, and definitely has the capability. And I think this is where you like the fact that they added a veteran guy and not maybe like a second-year guy or a third-year guy, because he's got a ton of experience going to new offenses, and it seems like this isn't going to be a bother for him. So we'll see what kind of role he plays against the San Francisco 49ers if needed. With whatever does happen with De'Ami Brown. We're getting those injury reports very late because of the West Coast game, so pay attention around 7 o'clock tonight, and we'll have the latest update on there. All right, man, it's almost bedtime for you out in Australia, right?
Yeah, it's been bedtime for me, man. I'm probably going on – I probably had about 4 hours of sleep the past 2 days. So, yeah, I'm going to turn in a little bit, get ready for a great morning, and then, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. For you, it'd be tomorrow morning as usual. It'd be tomorrow evening for me again. So
I wonder if they're
still trying to adjust to that.
You probably can't go catch a high school football game out there tomorrow night, right?
Maybe Aussie rules football, man, but not really high school football.
I wonder if they do that. Do they play like high school Aussie rules football? Like I would think.
I will. Yeah. So on the ride in from the airport, I assume it was a high school that we drove by, and it's weird because you drive past the high school, right, and you see the goalposts. It's a football field. Well, you see the Aussie rules goalposts, and it's just 3 straight up bars. Looks like they're playing Quidditch from Harry Potter. There's a little Harry Potter reference on the show.
Very good.
Hour and a half into it. Yeah, you got it.
All right, go have a good night, man.
Sounds good, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and I'll be sure to get my bets in too. So tell Casey, don't worry about it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool.
Don't miss that. How about the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp? Man, that was fun last night. They got the win after a loss on Tuesday in extra innings, and the Jumbo Shrimp now play Game 3 against Scranton. Beat the damn Yankees tonight, 7 o'clock, Thursday. Get on out to the park. We'll talk a little bit more about the Jumbo Shrimp. We'll hear from the manager and the winning pitcher from yesterday, or one or the other, or maybe both. We'll see, as we get you excited for a little playoff baseball in Jacksonville. This was a moonshot, Hamby. You see how high that thing went? And then the berm's always fun. Try catching the ball going backwards on the berm, going uphill. Not easy. That was Kemp Alderman. And I'm really impressed with myself that I remembered that.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon, and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
Okay.
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome inside the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network studios. Brent Martineau, Paul Dozier joins us for Let's Go Fishing, presented by Nimnik Buick GMC and Armor Guard Exterior. Got our helmet of NorthFlorida.com. I was just looking up, actually, I showed my new truck from Nimnik.
Yeah, I saw it out there. I was looking at it.
And they were asking me the color of it. And then I saw today, I still have like the tag.
I call it charcoal.
Yeah, Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm.
Yeah.
That kind of makes some sense.
Good looking truck. I actually went and looked at it. It said, I thought it might be a diesel. But I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But it said like almost the Duramax. I went and opened the gas cap to see if it had the diesel exhaust fluid, and it did not. So I guess it's not diesel.
No, it's not. Like, I feel like you got to be maybe a certain kind of tough to get the diesel truck. I feel like this Elevation 2024 GMC Sierra has made me tougher anyway already. Because,
I can see it
the GMC Sierra that I have, like that's a luxury, like they have a luxury brand kind of the truck, right? The XL.
Sure. SLT.
XLT. And that's one I've had for a while, and it drives really, it's great. Awesome. Loved it. And this one's feels like a little more truck, the Elevation.
Yeah, you'll be off-roading in that baby.
Yeah, so and plus the look of it, right, with the thunder, whatever I just said.
Thunderstorm,
and kind of got the black rims and everything like that. Like, no doubt, I got tougher in the last couple of weeks.
I think so, man.
And I think the road feels it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
You got that courage to ask Tim Patrick the tough questions.
That's right.
That's right.
And now, I'm going to go from being tough to not being tough, but something happened to me yesterday, and I thought it was wild, and I didn't really want to share it visually because I probably shouldn't have been recording.
Oh, no.
But I had to record it.
Yeah.
So I'm driving back from a meeting, and I'm on 295, whatever you call it now. You call it 295 or 9B? I always say still 295.
I always call it
9A.
That's old school.
Or 9A, yeah. So I get to the 9B part a lot where I go. But so driving through a little bit of a rainstorm, like sun shower type of thing. I'm listening to Kenny Chesney's station on Sirius.
Yeah.
Another nice add to the truck that Sirius is back on. And Somewhere Over the Rainbow is on.
Oh.
Like, not that I was looking to hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which I like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Nice song. But that was playing in the car. And literally a rainbow.
Is there a pot of gold?
I didn't see the pot of gold. But that song came on, and I'm this huge rainbow.
Probably should have pulled in and bought a lottery ticket.
I thought I should have. It was pretty wild. I got video of it, but I won't show you.
Yeah.
I don't want any evidence out there. Yeah, it was kind of a cool moment.
Never know what Casey will do with it.
Yeah, true. He could have seen that on the water yesterday if you were fishing.
It was a good day to fish yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah. The ocean's beautiful. They're talking about a couple tropical storms developing here and maybe getting together, kind of weird stuff. But the last couple of days, the ocean's been pretty and the fishing's been quite good.
We got a couple pictures, and this one comes from we'll see which one it is when Hamby gets to him. But I even sent you one today because I didn't want to surprise you. I wanted to make sure. But you wouldn't have been surprised by the one fish that I sent you today.
No.
You knew it right away.
Big fish.
So these are some friends are out in I think they're in Cabo.
Cabo or Costa Rica.
Have you fished out that way?
I've never been to Cabo. Been to Costa Rica a few times.
You can catch this fish in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Huh. After you give me the name of it,
yeah,
I would think it was only out there.
Pacific sailfish. I mean, the same sail that swims up from Cabo to Costa Rica. Yeah, that's a very big sailfish. So there's Atlantic sailfish and Pacific sailfish. They're basically, I don't know the difference. The Pacific sails are much larger than the Atlantic sails, but they're very, very prevalent over there. And
that's cool.
Yeah, that's a really nice fish.
That's our friend Jamie, and that's a hell of a catch.
Yeah, dang right. Dang right. Looks like Cabo. They do a lot of live bait fishing. You see a little net there in the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome catch.
Is that a sailfish tough fight?
Yeah, oh yeah, thing's acrobatic. It'll jump around, pull a lot of string. They over there in the Pacific, the water temperature's really hot, and there's a thermocline, which is the colder water underneath, so the fish don't have as much tendency to sound, which to go in deep. So they're a little easier to catch. Easier to reel in. They're still hard to hook. It's still a hell of a catch. Heck of a catch.
What do you know out there? Is there a fish that people catch that you won't catch?
Striped marlin. Striped marlin are very prevalent in Cabo.
Okay.
Not as there's a few of them around Costa Rica, but we don't have striped marlin in the.
All right, I'm going to give you have to rank the fishing spots, not by personal because you haven't been to it, but what would people say in the fishing community? Cabo, Keys, Costa Rica.
What we want to catch?
I don't know.
Okay.
If you had one place to go fishing,
Cabo, I'd say Costa Rica 1, Cabo 2. Now at times Cabo is the best striped marlin fishing in the world.
Okay,
but it's just a limited time. So I'd say Costa Rica 1, Cabo 2, Jacksonville 3. Charleston, South Carolina 4.
Keys are overrated.
The Keys are about 25th.
Yeah, they're overrated, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just the pressure. Now, if you go out,
if
you go way offshore, way to the west, out there west of Key West, then it's world class.
Okay,
but
you got to go out.
You got to go a long way.
Like how long out?
150 miles, I think.
Oh wow. Yeah, so you're committed.
A place called Pulley Ridge. Yeah, they catch a lot of really cool fish.
Okay, so do you think that's why it's got kind of this for the casual? Like people
well, it's
say
good. You can go down there and catch dolphin or little yellowtail snapper. When I say dolphin, mahi, a little yellowtail snapper and snappers along the reef stuff. But the mutton snapper fishing, which is a larger species of snapper, is better here than it is there. I mean, one of the top charter captains in Key West now lives here, and he works for a good friend of mine, of ours, that owns these fish house restaurants and grouper shacks that they're putting in out there, and he takes care of his boat, and he says the fishing's 100 times better here than it is down there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got another one coming up. This is my buddy Jack Aschenbach. He helps out with our Action Sports Shack Stream 18, and I saw him push this out, taking his grandson out fishing. This is what it's all about, right?
Yeah, nice trout. Yeah.
That's cool.
Like
That calm water, huh?
Yeah, it's been beautiful.
This was just the other day. I think it was about two days ago.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. It's hot now. It's hot. People are complaining about the mullet run, lack of mullet run. There's no weather to move them. The fish don't move until there's a change. So if it's hot like this, it's not going to be. I mean, unless you find where they're living, then they're not going to move. They're going to be comfortable where they are until a front comes or something like that. That goes for offshore too. There's some sailfish. There's quite a few sailfish around, but the guys up north in Charleston and North Carolina are getting big double-digit shots a day, and the guys around here are getting 2 to 4 bites a day. And again with the good weather, some of them are going to go this weekend. I just said I think you're going to have the same stuff. I don't think you're going to see the big numbers because there's nothing to move those fish. The front comes through, the wind blows out of the northwest, and that hurricane might move them next week.
Yeah.
But they need a weather change.
You almost want the weather change right now.
Yeah,
right?
Well, for that kind of fish, you do. Like in the summertime, you like it to be, everything's fine. They're just chasing the food then. But the bait, when the weather changes, it moves the bait, which moves the fish.
Yeah. Well, we want a little weather change too, so it's not 100 degrees.
Yeah, it feels like
late
August
September.
still. It's August.
Yeah, it's a little hot right now. Let's speaking of what kind of fishing you'll get inshore, let's visit with Captain Roger Bump. Right now on Let's Go Fishing, presented by Nimnik Buick GMC and Armor Guard Exterior Gutter Helmet of NorthFlorida.com.
Captain Roger here with your Action Sports Tip of the Week. And today we're going to talk about trailer tire maintenance and one of the biggest overlooked tips I can give anyone is trailer lugs. These are your old school trailer lugs right here. And the problem with these and the way to improve on them is if you have these on your hubs and you don't mess with them for a while, they can corrode the threads. Sometimes there'll be a bear to get off. They'll make the whole job just worse. This will be the worst part of the job, changing the tires, just getting these lugs off. The way to get around that and make life a lot easier is go with a covered lug. This is a stainless steel lug. It covers the threads as you zoom in. When you come in, it covers the threads. And another tip, and a tip I tell everyone, and my old friend Don Suber always told me, whenever you do work on it like you're working on it. So whether you're working on it or someone else is working on it, always add never seize to any bolt or screw, whether it's the boat or anything, including trailer lugs. Never seize, and these neat looking stainless steel covered lugs that protect your threads, and they'll make a life easier. So when you need to get that wheel off, it'll come off easily and make the job a whole lot better. I'm Captain Roger with this week's Action Sports Fishing Tip of the Week.
I like it. That's a little different. Last week I think we were maybe it was 2 weeks ago, talking all about the bait and putting everything on, and now the trailer's an important part of this.
Maintenance matters. Yeah. I mean, if you have a boat, and a good point is it's off season, right? It's football season, it's hunting season, and everybody's put their boat up for the summer. And I have several friends that own repair shops and stuff like that, and remember that when they sit, it's no good for anything. So when you get ready to fish the Wahoo shootout come February, when you put your boat in the water or you hook your trailer up, if you didn't wash it off well or you haven't greased the bearings or checked the lugs, you might have a problem. So.
Yeah. What you said it, hunting season, fishing kind of almost leisurely now more than anything else. Is there a big event at all in the fall?
There's a big flounder tournament. I think it's in the next week or two. It's called the Flounder Pounder. It benefits the Jacksonville School of Autism. Chip Davis runs it, and it's a big flounder tournament, 100 and some odd boats. It might be in the next couple of weeks, but he does a great job with that. But for the most part, there's a El Pescado Billfish tournament in November out of St. Augustine at Comanche Cove. It's a sailfish tournament. Like I said, the sails that are up north, these fronts will bring them down here to us. And then they have a Wahoo tournament that's similar to the Wahoo Shootout that's now moved up to November 8th or something along that. It lasts from November 8th, I think, till December 28th. Pick 2 days, similar to the Wahoo Shootout.
Flounder Pounder's in 2 weeks, October 11th.
Yeah, and that's a cool tournament.
Did they trail you on that one?
Who's that?
The Wahoo.
The Wahoo. Well, I was on the board of the Northeast Florida Marlin Association. I'm still a member. That's where I grew up, and I suggested when I was on the board to have like a Wahoo warm-up type thing. And,
Okay.
and when I had started the Wahoo, this was 12 or 15 ago probably, and we did it, and it's similar format.
Yeah. Okay.
Not quite as big.
I got you. And that one's in later in the calendar year. Okay, since Austin was in Perth, we did a little Cabo. We talked to Costa Rica. I was thinking of this. There's such good fishing here in the States and around the States and our area. Like, what's the farthest you've gone to fish? Or do you have, like, a bucket list? Like, Austin, I'm not, like, a big world traveler guy. But I've heard the golf in New Zealand's unbelievable, and I'd love to go someday.
Yeah.
But, like, if I get there, I get there, right?
I've never been to New Zealand. Lauren would like to go to New Zealand.
I hear New Zealand's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, would you love to go there and fish as well? Like, is there great fishing there? Is there great fishing in South Africa? Is there a great, like, what do you think?
There's great fishing in Africa. Big giant blue marlin in
Okay.
Africa. I was a captain in Midway Island in the Pacific Ocean in 2001. I was hired to go out there and run a boat. It was 1,200 miles northwest of Honolulu. Pretty good ways away.
Yeah.
And we caught a bunch of blue marlin.
That's
A
cool.
bunch of tuna, a bunch of wahoo. Just fishing was incredible. But believe it or not, Midway Island, which, again, is the exact same latitude as Jacksonville.
Really?
Basically 30, 0, so north-south. So similar weather to here. So I got out there in February, and it was cold and rainy, and it wasn't as cold as here because you're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
But the water was chilly, and the fishing was not as good. And then when springtime came, it came to life, and it was awesome. We had a great summer there, and then tree huggers came in and said that we were killing all the birds, and they knocked all the trees down on the island and banned fishing.
Really?
Yeah, true story.
How about that? You got anything over there, Hamby?
I'm just waiting until we can talk about DJ Lagway.
Let's
being
do
in
it.
the boat.
Let's do it.
I was like, Hamby's like, listen, it's called Let's Go Fishing, not Let's Torment Paul Dozier.
I'm not tormenting
It's
him.
okay. It's okay. I'm here for it.
And see, this Paul comes in here, he feels like the fish.
No, it's okay.
I got to reel him in.
You got to reel him in.
Paul, let me ask you.
Honestly, it's football season. Let's talk about the Gators.
Okay, so when you first saw the notification that DJ Lagway was in a boot again, I want the initial reaction.
He's probably got like intel.
He
inside
needs
intel.
a boot. Yeah, I don't. I hope he's. I mean, I don't hope he's hurt, but I hope he's hurt. I mean, I don't. He has to be, Hamby. He has to be. But I mean, I don't know.
Convenient timing at all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we'll see.
I don't think. I know you keep saying that, and I'm naive to this sometimes, but I just kind of like give the benefit of the doubt. Napier doesn't seem like the guy that's playing games with everybody. He
I don't
doesn't seem
disagree
like
with
that
that.
guy. Like Urban, somebody like that. All these other coaches, from Saban to whoever. Like you can name all the coaches. To me, Napier doesn't come off like the guy. Oh, we're going to put him in a boot.
Yeah.
Convenient. Like all that stuff. Like that doesn't. He doesn't rub me that way.
Well, then they put Florida football puts a clip out yesterday, him ripping it in practice, and then he said in his teleconference that DJ's 100%. Well, he's 100%.
Well, he's not 100%.
Why is he in a boot
He's not
the day
it's
before?
Not adding up.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, would you really blame a kid for saying, "Hey, I'm gonna sit this one. My shoulder's still hurt, my foot's hurt. We're 1-3. I can preserve a red shirt. You're gonna get fired." They're not stupid, man. I wouldn't blame him.
But he's only got to play one more game, and that's out the window.
That's right.
So he'd have to obviously sit out the rest of the year.
Okay, so if you guys are advising him, is that what you advise
I don't
him?
think anybody wants a quitter, personally. I think it'd be worse on him to quit his team. But somebody else will take him, I promise you, because, in theory, he's a freak, big and strong and fast, even though he doesn't look very fast this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think history hadn't been kind to the guys that have kind of quit halfway through or even really transferred out. There's not a whole lot of guys that have kind of done their previous schools dirty that have succeeded at the next school they've gone to.
It's interesting, right? Because these guys have a lot of folks in their ears. And is that a good business decision?
Well, I don't know.
Probably not.
Who knows what the contract says?
Yeah.
If you quit playing, do you get paid?
That's a good point, too. Like, see, that's where this comes in. It's like, well, you're getting X amount of money. Go play. Here's what I would say. Football-wise, first of all, I don't believe in that. I wouldn't believe in that if I was advising this young man. And I'm not saying anybody around him is advising that. But if that thought is in people's minds, I think that he needs to play. He's not good right now. Like, the only way to get better is to play, usually, not to sit on the sidelines.
But not if you're hurt.
Well, how hurt are you? But even if he sits out for 2 weeks, playing the last 4 or 5 games of the season or whatever makes you a better quarterback next year. I think we start to forget about DJ Lagway if he doesn't play, and we remember this DJ Lagway from the last couple of weeks. That isn't good. Is he automatically just going to be, hey, I'm healthy now, so I'm last year's DJ Lagway that was projecting up? Who knows? Like, I think we would be very confused going into 2026, wherever he's playing, at what he's going to give you from the quarterback position.
Well,
he looks very young out there at times,
he
to
does.
me, is my point.
He looks like a deer in the headlights. And give Miami credit. Miami's defensive front just dominated. Florida's supposed to have this great offensive line. And DJ didn't have much of a chance. And, he threw 1 or 2 balls over 10 yards down the field the whole night, threw for 60 yards. I thought for sure they were getting shut out at halftime. I'm like, well, here we go, give Napier another one. He ends the 1988 was the last time the Gators were shut out.
It's like 450 games or something.
Kirby wants that one, but I don't know if they got the defense for that this year.
I don't think so either.
I don't know, man. That Miami FSU game will be interesting next week. But FSU better watch out Friday night. I mean, this is just the classic. Everybody's telling them how great they are. They're going up to Sleepy Virginia and patting them on the back, and they think they just got to put their pants on. Virginia's a decent team. I don't know, man.
And I'll say this. I think I saw a quote from Castellanos about Miami.
Yeah.
Already calling out Miami. And I'm like,
that's not good.
10, 11 days away. Like, this is a prototypical look-ahead week for you.
Well, here's the thing about Florida State, and I like what's going on at Florida State. I think it's cool that they're bouncing back. I'd like to see all the teams. I wish Florida was doing a little bit better. It's fun when everybody's better. Florida's not helping right now, but Florida State is. Okay, they got the win over Alabama. Like, that's all they've done in a month.
Right.
It was a great win.
They played East Texas A&M and Kent State.
Yeah,
Kent State's
worse than
is awful.
A Friday night team around here.
Yeah.
Like, they're not good. So my point is, it's been a long time since they beat Alabama.
Yeah,
Only
I agree.
Slightly better than Long Island.
About the same.
I don't necessarily like that.
East
Was that
Texas
a one-off?
A&M, about the same.
Is Alabama good? Was that an Alabama problem?
We'll know a whole lot more Saturday night.
Yeah, we will.
Around college football.
Yeah,
we should.
I mean, it's an unbelievable.
It's a great week.
It is. It is. I'm really looking forward to sitting around and watching it.
I know that Kirby at times will really pump up other teams in hopes that Georgia's players will hear it. I mean, it's always kind of like the most Kirby thing ever, going back a couple of years in 2022 after Georgia won their second national title, that Nolan Smith and all those guys were talking about. They thought we were going to go 8-5, and everybody's like, well, how in the world did Kirby get Georgia's players to think that anybody was thinking they're going to go 8-5 when they won the national championship? That being said, fast forward to this week, Kirby's really talking up Ty Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
And he's saying he's the hottest quarterback in the country right now. And he's saying, look, we didn't realize when we first watched the game against Florida State how rainy it was and how kind of the conditions were not great for dropping back and throwing the football. And against Wisconsin, that looked a lot more like Alabama's defense. So I'm trying to look,
Wisconsin.
I have no idea how good Bama
That
is.
offense
Obviously, I think I think they're pretty good, but I mean, who knows?
They're going to fire Luke Fickell at Wisconsin.
Yes. Yeah.
He's been a tremendous disappointment for them. Again, Alabama beat Louisiana Monroe 77-0 or whatever. Who cares?
And that's it.
It doesn't.
Yeah, we have no idea.
We have no idea. And I still say hey, Florida State's grass way improved.
Yeah,
and good
absolutely.
for them. And they might go beat Virginia 38-10. They might not too.
They probably won't.
It's the line's 7,
Yeah.
6.5 or 7, and there's a reason for that. But if you listen to the casual Florida State fan, all they're worried about is what time are they getting to game day next weekend for Miami, and what it's going to be number 3 against number 5 or whatever. It's going to be the biggest. Well, you got one in the way. Miami's got a bye week. They're allowed to talk about it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, I would break such a wry smile if what is the Virginia Cavaliers?
The Cavs, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Don't think Tiki Barber's running out of that tunnel, though. So
Yeah,
we'll
I'm going to be a big Cavaliers
I
fan
kind of
this
would like
weekend.
Florida State to get by this game and set up a nice one against Miami. I mean, it'd be kind of a fun game to see, but we'll see. Let me just finish with this on college football. There's nobody that like we can flat out say is like really good, though, right? Like not even Ohio State. I know Ohio State had the win over Texas, but Texas has been a pretty big disappointment overall this year. And I'm not telling you there aren't good teams. LSU beat a Clemson team that obviously shouldn't have been ranked 4th in the country. So, I mean, I thought Texas A&M was just, they're top 10 in the country. Maybe they're pretty good and their schedule allows for them to go. I'm just saying there's not a clear favorite that you would put money on right now, right?
We'll talk about it next week. You got Penn State, Oregon. You got Texas. Not Texas has the Gators next week. That'll show us all about them. But Texas A&M has Auburn.
Georgia, Alabama,
LSU, Ole Miss. Who knows? You don't know. I mean, hey,
this guy.
I hate to defend Georgia and Hamby. They were on the ropes, buddy. They had no answer for Tennessee, and they hung in there and kept playing and came back. I mean, a fragile team would have got beat that day, 45 to.
Oh, they're
24.
Good. They're good, but I'm saying like you can't pencil them in to win the national title.
Well, here's what you're saying is that nobody looks unbeatable.
Yeah, and usually you do have a couple of those.
On any given Saturday, you have a bad day, you're on the road, conditions, whatever. There's nobody that's above board,
and that's what NIL and the transfer portal has done. Which, hey, okay, maybe that's the answer. You know, that's the thing. The Gators might go 1-11. I don't think they're going to go 1-11, but they might go 2-10 or 3-9. Who knows? But they're going to get a new coach. I don't know who it's going to be. If it's going to be Kiffin, it's going to be whoever.
Fran Brown.
That's who I would like.
You would like him.
I would like to have Fran Brown, but they can turn it around. You don't know. I mean, next year might be tough because there's only one transfer portal now.
Yeah, the windows.
The windows closed. But
who
knows how many guys are going
is over sooner.
Yeah, you can tap into that
time
quicker,
to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. If you want Kiffin, if you want Marcus Freeman, you need them to lose a couple games. And Marcus Freeman's he needs to lose one more. I don't know that the Gators can get Marcus Freeman. All these Gator fans think, "Oh, go get Dan Lanning. Why don't we get Saban out of retirement?
You think too highly.
Why don't we go get Kirby Smart? I mean, come on. I mean, I think we learned that when the Gators got Mullen. They were getting all these big guys, and they had to settle for Mullen. You better start looking at the second tier, the Fran Browns, the Oregon offensive coordinator.
Georgia Tech, Brent Key.
Yeah, Brent Key.
Faulkner even.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you guys.
Paul,
by the way.
why do you think that
I've said this. I used to do a show in town at another place with a bunch of Gators, and they were just convinced, like, we're the Gators.
You're not a top 5 program right now, and I don't know if you've ever been before, other than Urban Meyer. Kirby made Georgia a top 5 program. They were not ahead of time. They had to hire a coordinator.
You got to get since Urban left, it's been a top 40 program,
okay,
maybe.
Why does a lot in the Gator fan base still think y'all could call Dan Lanning and he even call you back? Why is that
the only thing I could see, Hamby, is first of all, I don't think he's going to call back. And but I think you got to float it out there. Maybe he's a Southerner and he wants to play in the SEC at the highest level.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe he wants to coach at the highest level. And Florida has the facilities. Florida has the alumni base. Florida has the money to compete at the highest level. Napier said he made all these. We need all this. The Army, they gave it to him.
Yeah,
he has no excuse, buddy.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He has no excuse.
And he's had time.
They gave him 4 years.
Yep.
He's laying on his own sword. He's done.
Yeah,
I mean, unless he somehow runs the table, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I think this team's going to quit on him. They didn't last year. I think they might this year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But, yeah, they've got all the resources and everything. It used to be, by the way, Hamby, another big part of this was they were in the mecca of recruiting states. Well, that doesn't really matter as much anymore, right? It definitely doesn't matter on the high school level. You're going to get other college kids.
Well, not as much, but we still have better recruiting here than any. Florida's still got per capita the best.
Advantage.
Oh, absolutely.
But more people come in and get them.
More people come
which
in
is
and
a sign of we haven't had the right coach.
Yeah.
I bet if Kirby was Kirby doesn't let the best players in Georgia go to Florida. How about that? Very rarely.
Fair enough. But he also doesn't have 5 other programs in Georgia trying to peel away from him.
Clemson goes after him pretty hard.
Clemson, Auburn,
Auburn,
Tennessee, even probably some Alabama. But yeah, it's an interesting case. But I agree with you guys. I agree. It's not that it's bad here in Gainesville. That's probably not as good as some people think it is either. That will lure you away from other jobs. That Oregon job's a damn good job.
Yeah.
And right now it's a better job.
Yeah, but I bet the weather's not very good in the winter.
Weather, also the travel in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And they were not as good of football players up in Oregon.
That's right.
To recruit. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys.
Paul Dozier, let's go fishing and talk some football. Presented by Nimnick Buick GMC. Check them out, NimnickBuickGMC.com, off Phillips Highway as well. And Armor Guard Exterior, Gutter Helmet of NorthFlorida.com. Tell them we sent you. Get 25% off products. Gutters, awnings, storm windows, and more. Gutter Helmet of NorthFlorida.com. Big thanks to Metro Diner. Well, that looks good right around lunchtime, doesn't it? They've got a bunch of locations in Jacksonville. They're out at our Dream 18. Once again, they've been a longtime supporter on the 3rd hole over there at Southampton. A little shrimp and grits. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Well, Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Jackson Smith and Jigba and the Seahawks. Trey McBride and the Cardinals. Brent, have you watched one play from Seattle this year?
No.
I haven't either. I haven't heard one peep about Sam Darnold at all. Not one.
Yeah, I thought because they scored a bundle. Like, who'd they play?
They played the Saints.
Yeah. So did Darnold do well?
Well, he has pedestrian numbers.
Yeah, I thought so. In fact, I think we looked up that box score and it was weird because they might have had like a punt return and a kick return that helped them.
Yeah, they scored on special.
Yeah, but you figured they were up 34-10 or 38-10 in the second quarter, I think.
Yeah. I'm just saying, 3 weeks in, he's got a lot of success. He goes to a new team. I get it's West Coast. I haven't. For all I care, the guy hasn't existed in the first 3 weeks. Maybe Geno Smith, I only know because he played the primetime game.
Minnesota misses him, I bet, Sam Darnold.
Doesn't exist.
No, I'm just saying I haven't heard anything about him. I haven't seen a highlight. I haven't heard his name.
Guy's
nothing.
good.
I didn't say he was bad.
Is Seattle good?
Yes. You haven't watched him play?
No, that's what we were just saying. I haven't watched a play of them.
Yeah, no, they're dogs. They're getting their guys back on defense, too. Witherspoon's back tonight, and safety. Love, he's back tonight as well.
Who they lose? Oh, they lost to the 49ers first game.
Yeah, first game. Well, here's the thing, Seattle, whoever's calling plays, because I know their head coach is a defensive guy. Why are we splitting carries in week 1 with Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker? If you go back to that box score, they had like the same amount of carries, and like it was really dumb.
Dude, everybody says Charbonnet is like the next guy.
Okay, well, they split carries last week, and Charbonnet had like 12 carries for like 18 yards, or 2 weeks ago, I mean. And then, because last week he didn't play, and then Kenneth Walker had like 12 carries for 68. Like they're splitting carries for no reason. So
it's Clint Kubiak.
There's another one of those?
Yeah. There's a...
So hopefully Charbonnet's out again, because then they can actually run their offense.
He's full.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Full participant yesterday in practice.
We'll still play Kenneth Walker in fantasy because he gets the touch. But no, they're nasty on offense. They're getting the guys back on defense. They should route them.
It's I don't know how good Arizona is. I know they're 2-1, but a lot of these teams, and even the Jags included here, are playing the teams that are 2-1 or 3-0, whatever, are playing teams that look not so great. From the Saints to for the Jags, Houston doesn't look great right now, right? The Colts played the Dolphins. We thought they'd be better, so we've done a little bit of that. But I do think it's fascinating that of the first 7 games the Jags have, which we knew would be a difficult stretch, it looks like the Seahawks here in Jacksonville and the Rams in London are the 2 hardest games of the stretch on paper. And I know Kansas City's on Monday night, but that's probably the reality, the toughest game. But on paper right now, the way teams are playing.
We host the Seahawks, don't we?
Well, yeah, host the Seahawks, play the Rams in London.
Right?
Yeah.
Seahawks is 1.
Yeah,
That's an
which
advantage.
is interesting.
At Broncos, host Chargers.
Yeah. But my point being, those 2 games out of that stretch, you're like, all right, let's split that or something like that when you're figuring all this out.
Yeah.
Those 2 games might be pretty tricky.
And big Sam Darnold fan here. He's played terrible football here with the Jets and with the Vikings. He has never played a good quarter here. Yeah, the ghost.
Yeah, you're right about the Vikings one, so you kind of forget. That's kind of a weird thing. We don't have a lot of that in Jacksonville, right?
He's been terrible here. He can't figure out how to play football here. And
will-
he's been pretty decent everywhere else since the Minnesota part of the story.
Do you believe the Jags haven't beaten San Francisco? No, I haven't played them a lot. But I haven't beaten since 2005.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
And it has not been close. I was reminded of the first London game was against San Fran.
The first one ever?
Or second one? Might have been the second one. But it was the Gus era when they were 2013 when they lost when they were 0-8 and lost historically bad.
Who was their quarterback?
Kaepernick.
Oh, that's right.
And it was oh my gosh, it was like, with all due respect to everybody who played in that game for the Jags. It was, think of your high school football game that you know is going to be a mismatch. I mean, they could have won. I was talking to Ryan O'Halloran about this the other day. They could have won 80-10. Like they did. It did not look like two professional football teams. I know the Saints are bad, but you could still look like a professional football team. Well, they lose 26-21 to San Fran
or whatever,
right?
yeah.
So this was not, and that whole first half of the year was like that. That was the worst games. It was the worst 8-game stretch in the history of the NFL, I think. I mean, they were getting pummeled, and the only reason they didn't get pummeled more, we believe, is because people liked Gus Bradley. He's such a good guy that they didn't do him worse.
Yeah.
They were that bad. I still will say this. They won 4 out of the next 5 games coming out of the bye, and it was one of the most amazing things this organization's ever done. I'm not telling you. They won 4 out of 5. I remember saying this in that stretch. If they keep winning, now again, this is 4 and 5, you get kind of excited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy cow, what's going on here? If they got to like 6 wins or 7 wins, Gus Bradley should have been the coach of the year. Like they had like the worst roster. The Lions roster when they went 0-16 was not as bad as that one.
Correct.
We thought the Jags were headed to 0-16. They won 4 games in a 5-game stretch. It was amazing. Not everything's been amazing around here. That 5 games was amazing that the Jags won 4 of them. I can't remember who they beat.
Only amazing because it was improbable.
It was so improbable. It was unbelievable. Hey, a couple Mondays from now, the Jags and the Chiefs. Hey, we need 2 days over the next 10 to be really big in Jacksonville. Tonight, the Jumbo Shrimp playing. I want to see a big crowd at the Jumbo Shrimp. It's a big game.
It will be. They goofed around and got another Thirsty Thursday. Shout out to the UNF and the JU kids.
Yeah, and they've got like military appreciation night. Like that should be hey man, win a championship is a fun thing. Hasn't happened in a long time around here. It's more than a decade since they won a Southern League championship. Now, of course, playing in AAA. That one goes all the way back to the Jacksonville Mets, if you've seen some of that since 1968. The Shrimp haven't even been in the playoffs since 2017, I think it is. So
the minor league playoffs are so goofy.
They are goofy, but it's still fun. It'd be cool to, and it's a good product. The Shrimp have been really good all year.
Yeah, no, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it in the IL, which is the league the Shrimp play in, there's 15-ish teams. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, there's a ton of teams. Everybody has a AAA team. There's some in the West, there's some in the East. The Shrimp are in the East. Only 2 teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So like that's how like good you have to be one of the best 2.
Yeah.
They did it.
It's the old way to do it, really. It's the old pennant stuff. Kind of.
It's goofy
First
in this
half,
day and
second
age. I get that like the overall Major League Baseball structure doesn't care about the minor league playoffs,
Yeah.
but
well, they don't care so much that they're going to fly to Vegas and play 1 game Saturday.
It's dumb. But it's something that they may not do again. So if you are interested in going, like somebody's going to celebrate tonight.
Yeah, so we'll be there. We might even play a little bit from the Shrimp, just to give them their due from last night if we have that, Hamby, in a moment. But we have that game here in town tonight, and it was beautiful last night. So if we get the same kind of weather, by the time you get to 7:30, 8 o'clock, really nice. I know it's hot during the day, and the stadium looks fantastic. I haven't been over there a lot.
Does look good
for a game, and it's just terrific. All the different sight lines, walk around the park a little bit. We were in the outfield, and then I walked around the other side where it was more familiar. So just cool. The other entrance is nice. And then, of course, we got the Monday Nighter 2 Mondays from now in Jacksonville. And that's just got to be a big, big game. I mean, I hope the Jags win to create some more momentum going into that one, because then you could maybe really do some damage to Kansas City if you win that game. But this is a potential down-the-road tiebreak type scenario game on a Monday night here in Jacksonville. And we know the Chiefs fans are probably going to travel pretty well. They've built up such a base. And I know people get bothered by that, but this is an opportunity, man, Monday Night Football with a team that right now has been entertaining to watch. And hopefully we'll get a big crowd out there.
You will. Who do the Chiefs have this week?
Chiefs have the Ravens.
So they're going to be desperate.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't beating the Ravens. So they're going to be desperate coming in here. That'll be fun.
Yeah. By the way, you can get tickets to that Monday Night at Jaguars.com/tickets or 904-633-2000. It was weird to see that in text. 633-2000. It was not a written number. It was all written out words-wise. It's yeah. And they'll have the Prowlers on Monday night against Kansas City as well, October 6th. A couple of games away. Hopefully the Jags first get a W over San Francisco, and kind of feeling a little bit better about it. See the injury report?
I did. Yeah, no, they're beat up.
Wonder what this one does. What does this one do if you get this game? For the fan base, for everybody. We did this yesterday on the show, right? We started projecting, and it was kind of fun to do because if the Jags, we think right now the Jags are going to be one of two teams in the mix in the AFC South based on this start, and maybe way we narrowed it down, one of 10 teams that right now you would say probably are going to factor into the postseason, and 7 teams end up making it. So that's after 3 games. We'll see what we're saying after 6. Sure. You go steal a win at San Francisco, start to really help yourself in that cause. I mean, your percentages just start to really tick up a notch.
Yeah. I would say, and I don't mean this in like the team doesn't care way, but it's probably bigger for the fan base to win in San Francisco than the Jags, because it's not like Cohen's going to get out on the podium and be like, we finally won in California.
Yeah.
Like,
I get it. Yeah.
Like we took care of business. But to the fan base, it's going to be like, holy cow. We got this coach who we brought in, and no one can win on the West Coast. This guy comes in, wins on the West Coast, beats San Francisco, who's a good team, outcoaches Shanahan if you win the game most likely. So I think the fans would be extremely fired up, as you should be. And, yeah, I mean, it would be a big deal for the Jags as a team, talking about what we just said with Kansas City. Houston's terrible. Who the Colts got?
The Rams.
There you go. West. It's opportunity. Both those games are out west, huh?
Yeah.
AFC South's going to be a
Hamby,
405 week.
Jags win this game. You start getting a little dramatic here and being like, oh, my gosh, they might be really good.
No, not there.
Nope.
But it does show you that you can win on the road. And obviously to make the playoffs, you've got to win a couple of games on the road, unless you think you're going undefeated at home, right? And you're going to squeak in 8-9 or 9-8. You've got to steal a couple. And if you're first, obviously you missed your first opportunity in Cincinnati, and you played it tight. I don't think anybody's taking a moral victory from that one, but you played a good game in at least a lot of different areas on the road. You've got to steal a couple. You can beat a team that, first of all, is a huge brand. I think still there's a subconscious, whatever level of 49ers are a huge brand, a huge team, so much history.
They are.
Beating them, it kind of knocks it up a level. Throw in the fact that they've been very successful in the last 5 years. You know, they've gone to Super Bowls. That puts it up a level. Throw in the fact that they have who a lot of people would say is a top 5 head coach in the National Football League. That kind of shows you about Cohen as well, because you're like, okay, Cohen, you beat, what's his name from the Panthers? Holy cow.
Dave Canales.
Dave Canales, thank you. You beat Canales. You beat D'Amico. That was a big one because he's held over the Jags so far. You couldn't quite beat Zach Taylor. But then you go and beat Shanahan.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so that's something there, right? That not everybody's just going into San Francisco and beating Shanahan. You've got to really play well and have your team in a good spot to do that. So if they did, yeah, it would be very encouraging, and I think it would give you a lot more encouragement. People say right now on a Thursday, that regardless of what they do Sunday won't impact how they feel going into Monday night against the Chiefs. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. That people think you're going to get one, I don't think that's necessarily – I still think they'll get one, of course. But if you go beat the 49ers, you're way more confident that you can beat the Chiefs.
Well, there's no doubt.
It is a slippery slope, though, I think. Because you talk about the injuries with San Francisco, this will quickly turn from can you beat them to you better stomp them. If Brock Purdy and Mac Jones both end up being out, you better beat them by 70.
It's funny. In my mind, I don't feel like there's a chance they're going to both be out.
Who is their third stringer?
Curtis Rourke, who is also out, according to their depth chart.
Really?
So they might run the Wildcat. I don't know.
Christian McCaffrey at quarterback.
40 totes.
But, like, if Pearsall is out, like, if all these guys don't, even if Mac Jones plays and Pearsall is out.
If Mac Jones plays, you got to win.
It goes from you can't lose.
Yeah.
You can't go lose to Mac Jones and the receiver list 49ers, the Nick Bosa list 49. You can't do it.
Yeah.
If Jawan Jennings plays, that helps.
It's interesting, guys, that you say that because in my mind, I told somebody this. I really don't, and again, this is not disrespect to this Jaguars regime. This is respect to my history and memory bank.
Mm-hmm.
The Jags don't win out west. Like, I joked with somebody, they could go play a Pop Warner team out of San Francisco, and they don't win out of west. Like, in my mind, like, they don't win. They just don't win there.
Except the Raiders that one.
They're 1-11 in their last 12 road games.
Raiders.
Not even out west.
Sorry.
12 road games in general.
That's got to be the last time they won on the West Coast, right? When they beat the Raiders at the last game in Oakland?
No, the Chargers, actually, a couple years ago. They won big over the Chargers. They ended up
was that week 3?
Rolling them out, in 23 or 22. Was that 22?
22.
Because crazy enough, in 22, they went 2-1 to start the year.
Right.
Under Doug.
Yes.
Actually, very similar. First start, and then they lost 5 games in October. And then, whatever. And then they ended up beating the Chargers.
I think I'd remember that.
But, yeah, they remember James Robinson, 4th and 1 midfield, kind of early in that game. That started to help set the tone, and I think they beat them pretty good in that football game. I was just looking this up. The Jags, 2000, the last time they went 3-1, 2018. Before that, 2007. And in 2018, they were 3-1 and then lost 7 consecutive games.
It was a 38-10 win.
Yeah, they trounced them. That's what I remember. The Jags have not been 3-1. They've done once in the last 18 years.
Dude,
so, I mean, just even those kind of things.
That was a good 3-1, too, because Patriots and the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
You went and beat the Giants.
Oh, they lost 7 in a row after that.
Yeah,
say it again.
Well, Blake got hurt, right?
Brent, say it again.
3-1.
When's the last time?
2018.
Okay.
Prior to that, 2007. Now, that year, they went to the playoffs in 2007.
Hey, say one thing. It's not that hard to go 3-1 every couple years.
Every few years. It has been hard, man.
Let that sink in, everybody.
It has been hard.
Twice in 18 years?
18 years, but how many times did the Jags get past 3 wins in a season in that stretch?
Not many.
It's been a tough go, man. It's been a tough go. Hey, real quick before we hit a break. F.A.S.T, the acronym, we usually want to go back and look. In totality, they're fundamentally sound.
No.
Not good. This is a identity of what the Jags want to be. Not good. Attacking? Yeah.
Yes.
I think so, right? They're aggressive, both sides of the ball. They're living up to that moniker. Situational awareness. I think they've been overall pretty good.
It almost hasn't had to rear its ugly head yet.
Well, I do. We brought up one yesterday that got hid.
There's been one in
the
every
4th
game.
and 2, right? So, but I think you have so many situations that are going to be those things. You're not going to be perfect on those situations.
Sure.
What I would say is Trevor's interception falls into situational awareness, though, and that was a bad pick.
Yeah,
you can't throw a pick there. The week prior, pick in the end zone. Like, to me, that chalks up to it's not just coaching on situational awareness. And I think overall, a lot of the players have had some pretty good situational awareness. But there are examples that aren't so good. And then tough. The tough part certainly is played. The A and the T, good. F and the S, That usually gets a chuckle out of Austen when he's sitting over it. Take a time out. We judging it? What are we doing today?
I have it. I mean, if you guys want to
Let's
argue
go.
against each other.
Yeah. See if Hamby's any good at this game.
Yeah. All right. Start thinking about stuff, fellas.
We'll have AI Austen judge it.
You
That
still
was
here?
tremendous work.
What, AI Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good stuff. Jags 8:15 on a Monday night against the Kansas City Chiefs. First things first. The Niners in San Fran will leave with the team on Saturday, so a lot of Jags coverage, of course, including Jaguars All Access tonight. Jordan Lewis will be with us, 7 o'clock, String Sports Brewery in Springfield, 7 o'clock on Fox 30, and right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night
at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
All rise.
Oh, we're going right to the judge.
I'm standing.
I believe you. Yeah, I'm looking. He's standing. You may be seated.
Thank you.
Let's get to it. Laying down the law, presented by Kenny Lay and Associates. Men only, family law only.com. Call 877-842-1252 right here in Jacksonville, 904-541-1252. Men only, family law only.com. Laying down the law. Let's go, Judge.
All right, Hamby, you're going to no longer be helping me figure out the winner here. You're going to be going against Brent.
All right.
Now, historically speaking, Brent's terrible at this.
Yes.
So even with Austin not here, Hard Rock would have it at you like a minus 300, and they don't even know what you're going to bring to the table.
Don't hammer it, please.
Like the Ryder Cup.
That's confidence. I was going to put Ryder Cup in here, but I knew whoever was participating a disservice. So we'll skip the Ryder
Except
Cup.
for me.
Well, yeah, but come on, dude.
We could have debated whether they deserve to have the 200,000 or not.
200,000 what, people?
The money.
The money.
That's what they win? I didn't know that.
They get 300,000 for charity, 200,000 to play in it. And it's become a big topic this week. Like, why are you getting paid to play in it?
I'm locked.
Yeah, I agree.
Even though most players have said, or all the players basically have said, we're donating the whole thing to charity.
Oh boy, I'd hope so.
Yeah,
as they all rolled in on private jets.
Do you believe that the U.S. is a favorite?
It's really
like I don't get it.
They're going to get stomped. They have the best player in the world,
and I love the U.S. in the Ryder Cup, but it's like that's free money, isn't it?
Did you bet it?
No, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Kind of, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can we have order and can we get this thing rolling?
You damn right.
Get fined for
just talking about his Monday at the club playing some golf.
You're damn right.
He's going Furyk and Friends next week. Constellation Furyk and Friends. He'll be at Timuquana.
Honest mistake. Sorry.
You'll probably play in the Pro-Am Monday. I am. We'll see you there, Judge.
Okay. All right, this is a disaster.
Rivalry now.
All right, let's get on with it. All right, Jags. We were just talking about the Jags going to San Francisco, so we'll talk about it more. They currently on Hard Rock plus 3-point dogs on the road this weekend against the Niners. With what both teams have put on tape, I understand the 49ers have a better record, but what both teams have done so far in 2025, Brent, you'll start. The Jaguars should or should not actually be the favorite.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to ask you to put your phone down.
I'm just sharing this with the masses.
Hamby, you'll start. Go ahead.
I'm ready.
No, you lost your chance, Hamby. You're up. Known bum.
The Jags should be favored in this football game because Vegas is not accounting for 10 past years, 15, 20 past years of whether this team could win on the West Coast or not. Vegas is looking at this year's team and 49ers team and this year's Jags team. And the fact of the matter is that the 49ers have won every game. Yes, they're 3-0, but they've won every game by 5 points or less. They have a 5-point win, a 4-point win, and a 1-point win. They have not played anybody as good as the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that one 5-point win was week 1 with with Brock Purdy. They will not, if they don't have him, Vegas should side with what's reasonable. What's reasonable is Mac Jones plays in the football game. And if Vegas wants to put Mac Jones as a favorite against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, well, then we will be hammering and we will be taking Vegas for all that they're worth.
Bert.
Thanks for deferring to me, even though I wanted to take the ball in this sense.
Nobody cares.
Meaning, yeah, Vegas has this right. The San Francisco 49ers should be the favorite in this game. Vegas absolutely works off trends. The 49ers haven't lost to the Jags since 2005. The Jags are terrible historically out west. Like, end of story. That is in its own self enough for Vegas to go on. But on top of that, let's be honest about the Jags and realistic. They are 2-1. They were a little fortunate to be 2-1 based on last week. Their offense is having problems against the Kyle Shanahan offense, which he could probably run anybody out there and still score some points. And even 2 weeks ago, the Jaguars offense looked pretty good, but then they gave up 31. So there's plenty of evidence for the Jaguars to lose this game out west. And Vegas has it absolutely correct. You lost this because you didn't even mention that the trends mattered. The trends absolutely matter.
You lose this for going double overtime.
First off, I'll decide who wins and loses. Second off, the question was, with what both teams have put on tape, I didn't hear you mention the 49ers and what they've done at all there, Bert. So I'm giving it to Hamby.
Of course you are. Let's go.
You gotta respect the question. You did respect the question. All right. Here we go. We move. I don't know if this is true or not, but I think I saw this. College game day is at Penn State this weekend. Is that correct?
It is true. Yeah.
Awesome. So they will be there for Penn State and Oregon, traveling all the way for a Big 10 matchup from Oregon to Pennsylvania. Brent, I guess you'll get to start this time if you're ready.
I'm ready.
One of these teams playing in this game this weekend will or will not be in the national championship come the end of I'm here.
Good question, Judge.
Appreciate you. That helps. That helps your argument.
I think this is a potential national championship matchup, not just for one team, but maybe both teams who are going to make the college football playoff. And obviously that would come down to seeding and ranking and the bracket. But I like my chances for one of these two teams to be in the national championship picture. I think they've shown a lot already. I really like Penn State coming in anyway. I would probably favor Penn State to be in that national championship game of the two. And I just said this a short time ago here on the Brent and Austen show. I don't think there's a dominant football team in college football this year. I don't think there are few teams you could pencil in to actually say this about. And I think Penn State's actually one of the teams with their talent, with their quarterback, with the coaching has been oh so close. Penn State Nittany Lions at least will be in the national championship game in January.
Yeah, neither of these teams are going to be in the college football playoff championship. And look, the fact of the matter is everybody's trying to buy into Penn State. Well, everybody's been trying to buy into Penn State for years. James Franklin can't win the big one. He hasn't been able to, and he won't start doing that now. He doesn't have a new up-and-coming player to say why you're better than last year. Drew Aller's coming back. All right, cool. Your best two players are no longer on your football team. Abdul Carter's gone. Tyler Warren's gone. That was your defense. That was your offense. It was never about Drew Aller then, so why is it now? I have no idea. Oregon, how are they better necessarily than last year? They bring in Dante Fowler from UCLA to transfer. The guy's yet to play in a big-time football game. Not saying that he can't beat Penn State, but this year has shown us already, and last year, that the experienced teams are going to go further, that the advantages go to the experienced teams and the experienced quarterback. He doesn't have that experience, so why will we pick him in his first year at Oregon to go to a playoff championship either? Neither of these teams. Give me the field.
You had it until you called him Dante Fowler.
Oh, I called him Dante Fowler? All right, I tip it. You win. Damn it.
I caught that too, but I didn't. I was like, we'll let it pass.
Nah, we won't let
Dang
it pass.
it. Keegan Bradley said Justin Rose was the one that hit the big putt at Brookline yesterday in his opening speech instead of Justin Leonard. How about that? Did you see that?
Don't know who Leonard is, but.
Oh, Josh.
All right.
Not Josh. So you just did it too.
I can't talk. That was kind of like, gosh. That was like, she.
Cohen's answer?
Yeah.
All right.
I need you on the show a little bit more to talk a little golf. All right.
You're the one that got rid of me in the first place. All right. Hey, we move. All right.
Last one.
Last one. I guess Hamby's going to going to get the start here. I don't know if you guys saw this riveting episode of the podcast Call Her Daddy with Cardi B, laying out all of the a lot of stuff that I can't even possibly begin to repeat because I will get pulled out of here so fast by corporate. But she did talk about her relationship with Stephon Diggs, and apparently he fell for him, not because of his looks, not because of the money, not because he's in the NFL, but she really fell in love with him because of these 5 to 6 hour long conversations they had. Stephon Diggs, known conversationalist. So, Hamby, the question to you is this. Does Stephon Diggs and Cardi B overtake the power couples like Travis and Taylor, Verlander and Kate Upton, Skeens and Livy? Are they up there or are they not?
Okay, so these guys are nowhere close to any of the power couples. They're not even at Kate Upton and Verlander's level, much less Kelsey Swift. You name it. They're like not even in the top 10. Cardi B, she's still trying to do her thing, but Stephon Diggs doesn't really have a following. He's on the back nine. He's chasing dogs around in Patriots training camp. That's about, other than, any kind of relationship with Cardi B, let's talk about on the field. What does Stephon Diggs do? At the end of the day, America cares about production. At Kelsey's and Swift's onset, there's a new album. He's still playing at an all-pro level. Diggs sucks now. He's not doing anything because he's too worried about the conversations that they're having on a Saturday night before kickoff on Sunday. Maybe have a little bit less conversation. Focus on the game. Maybe we'll ascend to a power couple. It's not going to happen. It won't even last 2 years. Forget about it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Oh.
They will at least be on the list. They're not going to overtake Taylor and Travis. Nobody's doing that anytime soon. But if you want to go about performance, let's not talk about Travis Kelce's performance right now because that ain't so good. He's being carried, obviously, by Taylor Swift, and nobody's catching up to that. But I think the reason why they're in the mix is because they are going to be the couple, the power couple that you're going to see at like Knicks games and the NBA stars. Like that's a big deal. Like if you are a power couple, pop culture couple, you're at the big time basketball games. You're mixing it up at Madison Square Garden. You're mixing it up watching LeBron James play. I think that is where you see way more than Verlander and Kate Upton. You seeing those guys at an NBA game? Absolutely not. Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens, you might see them a little bit everywhere. But all we're asking is to be in the conversation. Cardi B's big. Diggs get carried a little bit, but they'll show up in the brightest of lights and the popular spots, and they will be the power couple at least top 10, if not top 5.
The question wasn't nothing about no top 10.
Lost me at the very end. Shouldn't have thrown top 10 in.
Just because I said it to help my argument, that wasn't the crux of my
I'm impressed with Hamby pulling it together there. I'm going to give it to Hamby.
Of course you are.
Let's go, baby.
The only thing I was looking for that I didn't get, like Diggs may be, not performing on the field.
But neither was Kelsey.
But no, off
He
the
was
field,
at the time.
Diggs is doing work, clearly.
Yes.
Pregnant. So, bro's doing what he has to do.
Verlander and Kate Upton?
Don't underestimate.
Don't sit here and drag me for Verlander and Kate Upton. Kate Upton's like one of the biggest supermodels, if not the biggest supermodel of all time. And Verlander's he's the best pitcher of this generation. And he's going to be the last pitcher to do a whole bunch of stuff.
I get it. But
they're
right
like
now, time and
it would
place.
be like if Brian Wu started dating Sydney Sweeney.
You just say Brian Wu?
Somebody, I don't know. I didn't just give me a pitcher that's like really good but like young.
I'm with you but Brian Wu?
Pick yours, Bob.
You've just been held in contempt.
I like Brian Wu, but what the hell was that?
I don't know who.
Where did you come up with that?
I don't know. Well, I was watching one of his videos this morning. That was the first young good pitcher on my mind.
Who's bigger, Cardi B or Kate Upton?
Well, now
all time or right now?
Not right now.
B.
That's my point.
Kate Upton doesn't do anything anymore.
Well, my point is right now. Like this is a right now topic. It isn't.
Kate Upton's still Kate Upton.
Well, to you she is.
No, to every. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I haven't
why
heard
you
Kate
lost.
Upton mentioned. I see Livy Dunn all over the place. I haven't seen Kate Upton mentioned.
Because she's the OG.
Again, this is
Why are you sitting here dragging Kate Upton? Like, and why am I standing in the gap for her again? These people don't need me, but like you're trying to trash Kate Upton.
I'm not trashing. I'm just saying we're talking about right now.
She's been on the cover of Sports Illustrated like 6 times.
Yeah. So was Cindy Crawford years ago.
Right. Why are you dragging Cindy Crawford? Like, she's actually the OG if you think about it. And then Kate Upton. Like, what a mess, dude. I didn't have you as a Kate Upton hater.
Not a hater.
Big hater.
Speaking of some baseball, by the way.
Hey, Hamby, do you have a bump or something you can pull on the screen real quick so I can take this wig off? I got to keep the allure that it's not actually me under the wig.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, Austin doesn't mind that. He just say, hey, this is a fake wig. Awesome. And we're not doing that. The baseball last night was awesome. I was a little surprised maybe you didn't throw in the MVP vote again.
Well, dude, I've done it. I'm good.
I know
Hamby,
you've done
appreciate
it a lot.
I wanted to, and I was going to do it once I realized Austin wasn't going to be here. Thanks for letting me know, guys. By the way.
Glasses, Casey.
No, oh, yeah.
I figured you knew Kate and Austin wasn't going to be here considering you didn't do Scrap House last night.
Well, no, when he left, he was like, well, I'm still going to be on the show.
Oh, we didn't know till 8 o'clock this morning or something.
And I was like, bro, like when I'm on, it's going to be 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. there. Like, you're not going to be on. Like, I'll be on.
Yeah. He's just doing the first half. Hour and a half.
So I got to make our picks by myself tomorrow?
Probably, or get with him. We could show the picks, right? Well, which ones we're going to have so they can have texting discussion.
I make
yeah,
them
you've
up,
been
bro.
making them up. Oh, you've been the ones making them up, not Camby. Hamby makes the full screen. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, after I set up the games. You don't remember when you said those terrible, mean things to me via text?
You've been doing a great job lately on that.
That was fun.
You've been, other than picking the picks, not so good.
So here's the
Mr. 1 and 5 by Tuesday.
Hey, settle down. The one thing I was gonna do in the judge thing, but I didn't think it was fair for you guys to come up with on the spot. I want to give you. Also, I didn't make the judge thing till I was driving in here. So, what like now that I think Cal got to 60, I think he's in. In my opinion, he is. But everyone still thinks it's Judge. What like has Judge done that's so unbelievably fantastic? He's hitting over 300. I get it, but like, you're telling me that's enough to put him over?
By far and away, he is the best hitter in baseball.
And I'm not arguing that. He's clearly a better hitter.
And I think it's
than
really
Cal
that simple. I think it's really that simple.
To me, that's dumb.
Yeah,
I think that's their argument.
I do think that's not a bad argument to make as like you're the best hitter in the game, and people will say that. Okay, and by the way, you just did something. I think he's now with Maris and Mantle, highest average with 50-plus homers. So you continue to make history. Like, my big thing was history. And, like, what Raleigh's doing is, well, he's on the verge of making history, or he already has. And so I still think the thing that people just don't want to talk about, now they do, they bring it up, but they don't want to really lend enough thought to it, is you're talking about right field versus a catcher. I mean, right field versus a catcher is basically like long snapper versus the quarterback of a football team.
Okay, not that far.
I'm trying to be a little dramatic here.
Tight end.
I like where you're going.
I'm trying to be dramatic because you got Juan Soto playing in right field, okay? For some people. And he's terrible. But the point is, like, catcher is really hard. Like, really, really hard to be as consistent as Raleigh has been.
It's not even that, dude. Go pull up stats of other catchers. Catchers are, like, they don't do this, is my point. Like, go look at the Rays. You want to talk about the Jags being bad for 20 years? Go look at the Rays' run of catchers. They got dudes that can't hit 100.
Yeah.
And the Guardians are still running out Austin Hedges hitting literally 100 just because he plays defense.
Yeah, so you're that much better than everybody else. Yeah.
He's that much better offensively than every catcher, and he's clearly a good enough pitch caller, pitch receiver, has their pitching staff where they are, that he's in there every day behind the plate. You know, it's not like he's a slouch behind the plate. He's clearly very good at it.
Every day.
And he's so much more valuable.
Which you think he would have been dropping off because of the fatigue by now, and he just hasn't.
He's just
And to state the obvious, they obviously are about to win the division.
They did.
clinched
They
last
clinched
night.
last night.
Okay, so they won the division. You know, this isn't a guy who's on a middle-of-the-pack team.
First time in 24 years.
And go look at their, again, I think their pitching staff is a big part of this. They struggled early in the season because they couldn't pitch. Go look at, Castillo, your guy, Wu, now.
Yeah.
The only thing
I don't like about the argument is, why did he have to get to 60 to make it now, even money in Vegas? It was already an unbelievable year.
I think now it's just
And now it just
you gotta
pops
get
a
to
little
those
bit
numbers.
more. Listen, I can't blame either one. I just think it's a great debate. It's a really good argument of where to make it. And I think both have earned it. We'll see who gets it. Hey, Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp have earned an opportunity tonight to win an International League Championship Series. We'll be there throughout the night with Action Sports Jacks. We also have Jaguars All Access, 7 o'clock, String Sports Brewery with Jordan Lewis. And then I'll probably hop over to that place. So hope to see you there. Let's make it a big crowd at both places, at Strings and the baseball grounds. Have a good Thursday, everybody. Club 904 with me, O'Brien, up next. Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar, grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics.